In any case, let's blast off, folks. Coming to you live from sunny, beautiful New York City in New York, one of my favorite cities on the planet, one of the best cities on the planet. Straight up, I'll say it. Okay. Um, it's the vibes are so fucking good. The vibes are so goddamn good out here, you know? Anyway, feds are after me. Blue MAGA and Nazis are hallucinating. New York City, U.S. strikes Iran. No war in Cuba. Stavy on later. Get in now. Buy a second home in New York City. I should. Fuck it. I can't get canceled any further than I already have been. Bros in New York City one won't even meet with Chuck Park, shaking my head. Buddy, have you seen the situation I'm in currently? I feel like I have very, very limited time and like every fucking moment of every day, bro. Every fucking moment of every day is there's another thing going on. No, you'll get taxed. Pita tier. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I get a second home here in New York and I get hit with the pita tier, right? And it's valid. It's valid for that reason. People can't even complain about it because it's like a Zoran policy and I wanted it to happen. Yeah, I get pita tiered, which leads me on my radicalizing journey. Biggest bait and switch.
I am actually so happy. I am elated that this is happening to Hasan Piker. For years and years, he has been behind the scenes. I don't know, I guess I've been watching him since maybe 2020. He's been behind the scenes and now the establishment is concerned. First of all, the charges are bogus. Go watch his Cuba documentary. The fact that he's being subpoenaed for holding our country accountable for what we're clearly doing to destabilize Cuba, while also bringing over resources. This administration and the Department of Justice has decided to subpoena him and the founder of Code Pink. They don't know what they're doing. The charges are not gonna stick and you're giving him more publicity. He's on Fox News every day already. I think this is great. I think this is perfect. Shout out to Chris Rabb. Shout out to the Democratic Socialists. The more Hasan does his own thing, the more we're gonna hold Democrats accountable. So thank you, Fox News.
Hopefully. This is kind of a wild take. He's happy you're the martyr. I mean, he's joking. And no, it's not about martyrdom at all. It's just about more people paying attention to the things that we're talking about. Hopefully, the thing that I've seen so far is that this administration is so fast and loose with like pursuing litigation when they don't actually have the motion or any of the fucking fundamentals to pursue any litigation whatsoever, that I haven't seen a lot of like liberal media coverage on this issue at all. Because right now, no one has actually received received a subpoena whatsoever, except I guess now they're claiming the House Oversight is investigating it. The House Oversight Committee has opened a formal investigation into far-left streamer Hasan and the co-founders of Code Pink over their march trip to Cuba billed as humanitarian aid mission. So maybe after that there'll be more coverage on it, because so far it's just like someone from Code Pink did receive a subpoena. Yeah, I've yet to receive one. Maybe it'll happen. A subpoena is not an indictment, to be fair. And an indictment is not criminality either. And none of this also matters at the end of the day because there's nothing to fucking prosecute over. And what's unbelievably frustrating about this is the fact that people are literally just making shit up. They're hallucinating. And what's even more worrisome is that, like, this guy, I mean, this just showed up on my time. All the Chud replies to this seem to think there's a bolo and a federal warrant out for Hasan's arrest. Yeah. They're calling Hasan a snitch for saying this online as if he's ratting people out, but this is just publicly available information that's already been reported in the news. He's not leaking secrets. He's relaying the news. Yeah. What I don't understand, and I reposted this, I retweeted this, and I was like, the fuck are these guys talking about? Right? Like, Stu Smith did this thing where Stu Smith is doing this thing where he will just like straight up take clips off of this broadcast and frame it as though it's something secret or sinister and put it through ChatGPT summarization. And unfortunately, given the way that like especially on Twitter, how stupid people are, they literally fall for it. And I don't understand it. And then it seems very coordinated, like this messaging campaign seems very coordinated. Okay? Because I went through like readily available information on Wikipedia, right? About Roy Singham and like what the administration is trying to do and trying to claim for years and years. I'm on Fox News right now. I guess this is going to be the driving discourse for Fox News for the day. We'll take a look at what the fuck they're saying. But it is kind of wild that I learn about like my fate apparently from Fox News. Like I feel like these guys it's gotten to a point where they're going to be like, Hasan Piker has been arrested, and I'll be streaming. I'll be like, what do you mean? I'm here. I'm live right now. And the Republican media machine is so echo chambered that they'll be like, oh, we did it. Like, we literally arrested him. He's in jail now. He's actually killed. He's murdered in prison. And they'll be doing victory laps while I'll just be streaming. But it's so flagrant and so in your face, this like very clear collusion that's taking place. It reminds me of when I got stopped for a brief moment by a cop in China at Tiananmen Square, where they were like, he got detained and arrested and he's in prison. And it was like, no, there was a 2-minute pause in the stream and we continued the live stream the entire fucking time. I find it very odd that these guys are just inventing alternative realities and leaning into said alternative realities. And then it's this like never ending cycle of slop and fake nonsense, right? So Stu Smith takes a basically almost like a Wikipedia readout summary of PSL or Roy Singham that I talked about, and he takes like only a minute and 22 seconds of it and goes, Hasan named Singham PSL answer in code pink in one breath. On stream today, Hasan Piker discussed the reported Treasury scrutiny, said the broader target is probably Singham and his operation, naming PSL and Answer Coalition, Copink, and anything that he's ever financed. He then acknowledged that Roy Singham lives in China, has been a funding vehicle for political moves and activism in the United States. That is exactly why this matters. This was never just about one influencer's Cuba trip. It's about the Singham-linked ecosystem, the groups it funds, the delegations it supports, and the political operations built around them. Hasan didn't even refute the network. He mapped it. That's ChatGPT. And it got fucking 2.9 million views. And literally every neo-Nazi on this goddamn website is like, oh my God, he's snitching. And then they're also saying, oh my God, how stupid. His lawyers are probably killing themselves right now. There's an active investigation taking place. And this guy's just fucking snitching. He's turned state witness. Why didn't he even get a deal out of this? And it's like, dog. Just because you're encountering this information for the first time ever doesn't mean that it's new information, okay? This is information. Wait, why do you keep saying you're on now, but I'm not? It's not showing up. For some reason, I'm not. Oh, here.
Right now on a humanitarian aid mission, my goal here today is to bring awareness to what my government, the United States of America, has done to the Cuban population. One of the most ridiculous embargoes of all time that has only gotten more deadly as time has gone on.
The Treasury Department is now investigating Piker and Code Pink, who hosted his trip to Cuba. The feds are looking at funding for the trip, which some think is tied to the Chinese Communist Party. Also under scrutiny, American businessman and social activist Neville Roy Singham, who has donated to Code Pink in the past and has alleged ties to China through his business
they're literally
dealings.
trying to pull an Israel, but on China. It's so funny.
40 American citizens who joined what is being called a Marxist convoy to Havana.
Sorry.
sanctions in support of Cuba's communist government. For now, nobody has been charged.
Yeah,
People
I wonder
have a right
why.
to be stupid and support socialism, okay? Despite
Oh my
all
God,
the
they
things that
brought
you and
the
I might
fucking
say against that.
Venezuelan guy.
What they don't have a right to is receive payment, and that is what the feds are investigating now. They haven't been charged with a crime. They're just checking if they have received any payment for the propaganda.
Piker says he has not yet received a subpoena from the U.S. government yet. Jillian?
All right, Lucas Tomlinson in the D.C. newsroom for us this afternoon. Thank you. So the feds say they expect Fidel Castro's brother, Raul, to show up here in the United States to face murder charges one way or another. Cuba is reportedly considering potential plans now for military drone strikes on U.S. territory.
Dude, I'm watching the fucking outrage being manufactured in real time, and now I have become the fucking outrage being manufactured in real time. How is this a reality?
Said that
I feel
Cuba
like I'm
is a
living.
failing nation
I feel like I'm
multiple
living in a fucking hyper reality. By the way, one-on-one with the Cuban foreign minister amid tensions with the U.S. I did this too, for the record. Okay, I talked to Carlos Cosio when I was in fucking Cuba. It's in the documentary. And when I say it, when I'm like, yeah, of course I talk to members of the fucking Cuban government, they literally go, oh my God, he's admitting a crime. Hey, dumbass, that's not a fucking crime. What are you talking about? Fox News is doing it right now. Okay? Just because you don't know what the fucking laws are doesn't mean that there is a criminal component here. Okay?
They have also resorted to military threat. No
It's
political
so
difference,
stupid. I'm
no
losing my
difference
mind.
between two states. No consideration.
Yeah, Fox News about to fall for this
the
shit next. They're going to be like, yeah, he was
system or the
arrested.
government of another country could be the reason for provoking a war or to cause a bloodbath or a humanitarian catastrophe.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio told me, sir, on Thursday that the Cuban regime poses a direct national security threat to the United States of America. He mentioned an arsenal of military drones provided to the regime.
I bet it feels surreal for you, dude. I mean, I just don't even know what to
Chinese.
say anymore. We live in an incredibly stupid version of reality that I never thought we would be living in. I never thought that it would get to a point where like the American government is trying to wage war once again with a much smaller country that is not hostile to the United States at all, that presents no real threat to the United States, even if it wanted to be hostile. Let's be fucking real, right? And regardless of that reality, they're trying to actively wage war with this country after starving it for fucking decades. And contributing to the death and destruction of its economy and of its people, okay? And as a part of like the consent manufacturing for waging war with Cuba, they've decided that the best possible way to do this is by tying China to Cuba by way of a fucking Twitch streamer and an organization that does anti-war activism. It's incredibly stupid. If you scratch the surface of all of this, you realize like none of this is hidden. None of this is private. None of this is secretive at all. It's fairly out there in the open. It's protected by the First Amendment. Of course, people have different opinions than you do, right? Like my opinions are my opinions. I feel the way that I feel. I think it's unconscionable that we're trying to fucking kill Cubans. We're trying to go to war with Cuba. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't think Americans want this either, for the record, right? And now they're like, oh, someone must have financially motivated these people to go out there and deliver humanitarian aid and do propaganda for the Cuban government. It's like, no, this is just my fucking belief, dumbass. It's so stupid. I guess they don't like George Soros either, but no words about the conservative benefactors. Yeah, here's the difference. They're trying to turn China into Israel, okay? They're trying to make it seem like China is doing Israel shit in American politics. And I find that very strange because Israel is doing it in fucking broad daylight with no fairer restrictions whatsoever. Okay? Israel is directly paying people, directly paying them. And Israel is giving, messaging notes. The government is giving messaging notes to the motherfucking spokespeople for the state. And they're trying to make it seem like what China is doing here in Cuba is similar. Buddy, if China, okay, it's ironic because here's why it also doesn't make sense. Because I'm literally critical of China for not defending Cuba. Ironically enough, how many times have I fucking talked about China? Even the Chinese netizens on Bilibili get mad at me for daring to criticize China's foreign policy and how little China has done to defend Cuba, for example. It should, on principle, to show the world that it is invested in stability around the globe. China could easily tell America not to do this stuff, and not just like a stern condemnation or a warning or a finger wagging, but like literally say, we will offer economic penalties if you do something to Cuba, right? And it's really interesting that China is very clearly not invested at all in protecting Venezuela. It wasn't. And it's certainly not invested at all in protecting Cuba in any way, shape, or form either. But these guys are creating this alternative reality where the Chinese government is like engaging in this complex web of financing to do activism to get Americans to be pro-Cuba, when in fact, it just never, what's never factored into the equation is if like some Americans could genuinely think that this is unnecessary cruelty. I'm one of those Americans. I'm an American citizen. It's my American ass opinion. What the fuck are we doing? And I'm willing to bet, regardless of this propaganda machine claiming that Americans can only feel this way about waging war with Cuba 90 miles off our fucking coastline instead of like negotiating with them, having some sort of diplomatic resolution to the situation in the way that the Obama administration did, normalize relations, normalize trade relations, make money, build fucking Trump towers in Havana if necessary, right? Instead of doing that, like as though Americans would not be more on board with that as opposed to just like waging unnecessary war once again and just like killing Cubans for no fucking reason. They have no, like they have no worldview whatsoever, no convictions, no ideological convictions whatsoever, no real opinions whatsoever. They can't even fathom someone having a perspective that's different than theirs without being paid for it through like nefarious schemes. We are now in the precipice of Red Scare 2, okay? And it didn't take much for them to immediately kickstart the process. It did not take that much. It did not take that much for them to kickstart the process of McCarthyite trials and Red Scare propaganda. They saw a couple Democratic Socialists of America backed candidates fucking win, and immediately they were like, we have to kill these guys. That's crazy. Law Fox spying. Are you used your phone again? What? Meanwhile, you got fucking TikTok liberals championing this cause. You know what's really funny though? If there was one guy who fucking called this, who said this was going to happen, and I told you like free speech is only an amenity that you get. It's not this like inalienable right that is enshrined in the Constitution that will never change. If you recall, I told you as America's power on the global stage is waning, when there are other superpowers that are growing, what did I tell you? I told you that America is going to drop the whole free speech nonsense. And you'll find out once again, very quickly, in short order, what the limitations of free speech truly are. If you recall, I told you this a couple years prior, and we're now in it. And I'm worried. When people say, oh, he seems shook, he seems terrified, they don't understand. I'm not just worried about myself. I don't give a fuck about myself. Clearly, I probably should care more about my safety and security, but I don't. I don't know what it is. I'm a stubborn guy. Maybe it's autism, whatever. I'm worried about the future of this fucking country. I'm worried about the future of free speech in this country. I'm worried about what the administration is actively trying to do to silence dissent, to create sham trials, to fucking make sure that there is a chilling effect on anyone that wants to engage in dissent against this administration. And that shouldn't just be worrisome to me. It shouldn't just be worrisome to all of you in this community. It should be worrisome to everyone. And I don't even just mean liberals. I mean Republicans too. It doesn't make any sense that there is a clear-cut, flagrant attempt to violate the First Amendment here, okay? And all I see from liberals even that are supposed to be in the opposition party is cheering this on because they don't fucking personally like me, okay? Has any one of the ultras apologized for claiming you're not a threat to the establishment? No, and I don't expect them to. I don't expect them to at all. You want to know why? Because their reasoning is motivated. It's not like first of all, who cares? Ultras are not like a significant constituency in American politics. I'm sorry to say. I wish we lived in that world where there was like a real growth in people who are super, super further to the left than me. That they were like a genuine force to be reckoned with in American politics. That would mean that the center had moved so far to the left, right? But that's not the world we live in right now. But the reason why they'll never fucking admit that was an idiotic conspiracy they were entertaining, and that the federal government is obviously very worried about this shit because it is having impact. Of what I'm doing is having impact. Because the ultras are not tackling this issue from a well-reasoned, decent understanding of theory, and that they think that I'm like sincerely sheepdogging people in to the direction of non-revolutionary acts or non-revolutionary parties. I'm doing entryism. I'm sheepdogging people. I'm cutting away at the revolutionary fervor that exists. Like all this stuff that they fucking complain about. Okay? That's not a significant difference in opinion that we have. It's just that it's pure resentment that they have towards me. So who cares? I think many of them also have recognized that, this moment proves that there is actually something going on and they should, at the very least, show support. So I wish they were a significant constituency. I wish there was a big movement here, but there isn't. Same goes for centrist liberals, too. The MAGA, blue MAGA people are just kind of silly. I've come to believe that the surest sign of a crank or a grifter on the left is when someone says they are the only one holding the left accountable, a claim made by roughly 345 million Americans at any given moment. Yeah, holding them accountable, and what that means is just tweeting, okay? What that means is just fucking being annoying. That's it. All right, man. Sure. Hold on. Yeah, here's my take from the 2020 election, by the way. And maybe you'll notice something not dissimilar to what you've heard from me. If you've been in here for years and years, you've heard me say this a million times over. But let's see if my attitude has changed at all. This is from election night in 2020. Listen, man, if you're a moderate, you can suck my entire dick and balls, okay? And eat my asshole while you're at it. Moderates. What moderate? This is how you alienate the moderates? Listen, man, if you're a moderate, you can suck my entire dick and balls, okay? And eat my asshole while you're at it. Moderates. What moderates, motherfucker? Fuck the moderates, bitch. How about that? Moderates can eat a dick. Fuck off. Huh. You just lost the radical moderates. Well, fuck you. Maybe make up your goddamn mind. Have a fucking moral compass, you stupid fuck. Is that how you go? You're like, oh, really? The president just literally told us that he's going to stop the mail-in ballot counts. But I don't know, this fucking himbo Twitch streamer that's been up for 13 fucking hours was really mean to me. So maybe I like fascism now. Is that really all you got? You got no fucking backbone. You pussy. If that's literally your take, if that's literally your political opinion, then I don't want you in my fucking coalition. Yeah. Carl Bayer has more takes. He says, Democrats, yes, we constantly back resolutions in opposition to socialism, but socialists need to vote for us anyway because that's how coalitions work. Also, Democrats, wait, Hasan criticized our ideology? This is outrageous. I hope he goes to jail. Don't leave out constantly telling socialists to start their own party while simultaneously calling them wreckers. Yeah, it's really funny. Hey, they're only doing this because Hasan is illiberal. He doesn't appreciate liberal things like cheering when Gestapo agents disappear minorities. Yeah. The never-ending cycle of Democrats saying, hey, the Democratic Party is not a socialist party. We hate socialists. Go start your own party. And then when the election comes around, And there are some who listen to that and go, okay, we'll vote for a third party then. We'll vote for PSL. We'll vote for the Green Party. Right? Then they freak the fuck out.
I want to explain.
Where is the goddamn accountability? Where's the motherfucking accountability? You're the one who's pushing these people away. And you're on top of that, you're pushing me away when I'm working with people that are working within the confines of the Democratic Party. And you're pushing me away for that reason. Well, I'm not going away, bitch. So goddamn stupid. Yeah, this is what the establishment wants to stop on both sides, by the way. Socialism sweeps. The dust is settled on results from last Tuesday's primary. And every single one of our nationally endorsed candidates won or advanced to a runoff. But we're not done yet. We got 8 races in June. Donate today to send a socialist into office. That's why they're freaking the fuck out. That's why the Democrats are freaking the fuck out. That's why the Republicans want to do something about this ASAP. Democrats question whether the sideline state conventions as progressives gain ground. Semaphore. Oh my fucking God. They don't want to hear from the state parties. Guess what happened when Haley Stevens, the Democratic establishment's hand-selected pick, the AIPAC candidate, tried to participate in the state convention? Here's how the most loyal Democrats, like the voters and people that work within the party infrastructure, here's how they received the Democratic Party's establishment candidate. They're booing the shit out of her. They saw this and were like, oh no, we have no control over this. We can no longer gatekeep this shit. We no longer have control over the flows of information. We no longer have genuine influence capabilities, right? For the longest time, the base of support in the Democratic Party's primaries was kept to the older voter base that watch MSNBC and go out and vote for whoever MSNBC or New York Times tells them is the most electable candidate. And the confines of electability was determined by corporate-sponsored advisors and corporate-sponsored lobbyists that were writing articles that work in these fucking think tanks. Nowadays, there is a more democratized media system with independent media, right? And therefore, people aren't just receiving their information from MSNBC and CNN and the like. They're actually going online. They're going to TikTok. They're going to Twitter sometimes. They're going to Twitch. They're coming here. They're going to YouTube. And there are people like myself out there who are telling them there is a better way out there. There is an alternative out there. You know it in your heart that there is a different way that we can fight back against the Republicans in a way that is more resilient, in a way where we can ensure that they never win another election again. Okay? We are saying no more to do-nothing Democrats. We're saying no more to marginal incremental gain. We are saying we need bold, radical change in this country to make sure that we have a upwards trajectory for the first time in a long fucking time. You understand? And that's what the powerful entities are afraid of. They're afraid that there are candidates out there who are running in primaries in the Democratic Party, okay? We're coming out and saying, we're not giving another dime to Israel. Fuck that. They're saying, we're not giving all of these amenities and all these tax cuts and subsidies to corporations. We're spending all this money on ourselves. No more money for bombs. We should spend this money on ourselves, on our roads, on our infrastructure, on our schools, on our health care. We need health care. No more to paywalling health care. It's ridiculous. It's barbaric. And they fucking hate that shit, okay? They are terrified. They're terrified of this. Some are terrified because they're worried that they'll lose their jobs, their cushy jobs where they sit around and collect paychecks both from the mega corporations that fund them and their think tanks and then collect paychecks from the Democratic campaigns, all the same, for being the connective tissue between these corporations and the Democrats. They're worried that they're going to lose that sweet gig. And I understand why you'd be worried about that if you had to like dramatically redefine everything that you've advocated for the past fucking 4 decades, right? There is a real fear here. A fear presented by the threat of a good alternative. A good alternative that puts people first. Campaigns that are run by the engine of the people. Campaigns that put class politics at the forefront of their policies, at the forefront of their messaging. Campaigns that can only run if people back them. That's what they fear. They fear you, not as individuals, but as a collective. Because when we are united, we're undefeatable. We're unbowed. We're unbossed. We're unbought. And we're undeniable. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of democracy. Simply put, that's what these powerful institutions are afraid of. Democracy. The democratic process. Not the sham of a democratic process that we present with a million different hurdles, but direct participatory democratic process. That's what they are worried about. Anyway, this was a funny tweet. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Hasan Piker says Spencer Hakimian trying to farm the algorithm? I think the funniest possible outcome of the Democrats needed Joe Rogan to the left discourse was eventually getting what is arguably the best case scenario for what a Joe Rogan to the left would look like. And it turns out they don't actually want that shit at all. And it's really funny because like everyone in the comments is fucking fighting for their lives, being like, Hasan is not the Joe Rogan of the left. It's actually Bill Simmons. Okay, well, Bill Simmons exists. Why has he not become the Joe Rogan of the left then? You know? I just don't understand that argument. No, Hasan is not the Joe Rogan of the left. It's a thing that already exists right now. It just is not happening for us for some reason. Yeah. Also, very funny. So the feds are dropping charges against the Israeli citizen caught in Las Vegas with an illegal biolab after he was caught in LA with an illegal biolab. Nice. Your ops are also so fucking stupid. What is this? Hasan says he was memeing his clarification for the Adam Schiff clip. Yeah, I don't really care about the Adam Schiff stuff. It's just liberals, once again, trying to justify why this is happening. The critique of weapons can't defeat the weapon of critique. In history, those who engaged in color revolution, whichever succeeded, either went to prison or had money or armies abroad to fight back. But these are all ancient versions of events. Nowadays, no organized force can resist the state's violent machinery of major power. Here comes the Cain punishment. Is this what the West calls democracy and freedom? Now they're blatantly persecuting Hassan Ziani. Who's Hassan Ziani? The freedom of speech some people talk about. So this is what free means. Everyone needs free. Epiphany in adversity is a classic segment. To falsely accuse a minority Muslim who supports gender diversity and wears glasses. What? Wears glasses? What are Chinese netizens talking about, man? Oh, Zin? Blowing that off is so soft. None of you nerds know Smorts Lamau. Blowing that off is so soft. It's utterly immaterial and utterly irrelevant, brother. I don't want the fucking support of Shannon Watts or all of these like blue MAGA weirdos that are actively fomenting and trying to actively fomenting discontent and trying to justify the actions of a fucking fascist state that will inevitably come for them too. If they're stupid enough not to recognize the danger this presents, and on top of that, they don't really have any significant motion, where they don't have any real constituency that they're speaking to, who gives a fuck? Let them chirp from the sidelines. Let them justify why this is totally appropriate. You know? Yeah, if they want to fucking collaborate with the fascist state to feel powerful because the fascist state is deciding to eradicate their individual opponents that they should be on the same side of, okay? If they want to do that, let him chirp.
That a content creator, podcaster, streamer, whatever, is being subpoenaed by the federal government for an aid trip to a country that the federal government is disenfranchising. The same federal government that is attacking our voting rights as black people. And that makes sense to you. You allegedly have degrees.
Like, it's so funny because they'll be like, first they didn't come for communist podcasters. They came for black and brown people and immigrants and trans people. It's like, yeah, you know who was on the fucking side of the people that they were coming for? Me. Okay? We were always there. We never stopped advocating for these things. Even as Democrats, we're the ones who were saying, oh, we got to drop this trans stuff, actually. What did we say? We said, fuck no. That's ridiculous. You know what socialists did when Donald Trump became the next president once again? Because once again, it's still the fault of the campaign. It's still the fault of the party. It's very clear that it's the fault of the party. No one outside of the party can actually dictate the terms of the party. Because unfortunately, they don't listen to the masses. They don't listen to me, certainly. Did you get a subpoena? No, I haven't. I have not received a subpoena. I'm sorry, do you think the poem is about current events? Also, do they think no one invoked that poem when that shit was going down? The audacity to say first they came for the communists after we just watched immigrants being mass deported, detained in camps with no due process, truly emblematic of a leftist worldview. It's only existential if your ideology is on the line. Yeah. Hasan was busy protesting against ICE across the country this past year. Where were you? And also, where was your favorite content creator? Yeah, that's the other thing. They said this was performative when I was doing it. What did they do instead? Just sit at home and fucking call it performative. This doesn't work, okay? This argument doesn't work for someone like myself. This argument doesn't work for my community. Because I literally went to the fucking DNC and I told any Democrat that would fucking listen to me at the DNC directly to their face, you need to counter message against this anti-immigrant sentiment. It's coming from a place of hysteria. You need to lead with conviction. You cannot concede to the right-wing hysteria on this issue because they're going to do mass deportations. You need to communicate to the public. How many times did I say this? You need to communicate to the public how devastating this is going to look like. Because I know for a fact that once it's implemented, okay, once the public has recognized how violent mass deportations look like, they're going to turn on it. They're going to turn on the admin. And that's, lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. Okay? That's exactly what happened. We've been there. We've been there from the start. We've been warning about this. It's totally ridiculous that the same liberals that were pushing for business as usual politics that lost, the business as usual politics that lost to the fucking incompetent fascists one more time, the incompetent tyrannical fascists one more time, don't have to ever reconsider how that defeat came. They don't have to look at everything confirms their priors. They don't have to look back. They don't have to do an autopsy. They don't have to comprehend why this defeat came, even at a time when the overwhelming majority of the base is demanding changes, demanding radical changes, as a matter of fact. Also, do you think no one invoked that poem when all that shit was going down too? Yes, actually I do. Did not see it once. Hasan, the subject of this discourse, literally used it repeatedly, as did many on the left. Not our fault you didn't see from liberals. Yeah. You warned about it here in 2024.
About like what? 20 million, let's say there's 20 million migrants in this country that are undocumented. How exactly are you going to do the mass deportation? You're going to start going into brown neighborhoods with BORTAC, with the American Gestapo, special weapons and tactics for the Customs and Border Patrol, in what the ACLU calls constitution-free zones, and you're going to start doing door-knocking operations and cast a dragnet over brown communities, and then put them in CCOT style, like in El Salvador, like mass detention centers, mass deportation facilities.
Bro, down to fucking CCOT, I nailed this. Okay? This is before the election. This is before the election, okay? This interview with Dan Le Batard was conducted on August 7th, 2024. August 7th, 2024. This is before Kamala lost to Donald Trump. And my warning here was, this is an unbelievably violent process, and Democrats need to fucking explain it. They need to explain it to the public.
You're going to put them in front of one judge, 200 at a time? Because there's 20 million people. That's a lot of people, right? You have to make this process as expedient as possible. So now you're putting 200 people at a time in front of a judge that is declaring them to be illegal.
Yeah, the violation of due process, down to literally every single thing that the Trump administration did do, okay?
Then
maybe not 200 people in front of one judge, but like a total violation of fucking due process.
You have to put them in concentration camps. I mean, that's just straight Nazi Germany stuff. And I don't think anybody's talking about it on those terms, which I find to be abhorrent. I find it to be morally repugnant.
But to have agreement with like neither one of the parties is being reasonable here. It's just everyone's getting dragged over to a place that like, I mean, what is that? How is it that we've arrived there? Like that is not anyone's idea of America in principle.
I know. And Americans are actually not of one mind on this. Immigration historically is one issue where Americans are like consistently both very sympathetic to migrants on and also very Hitlerian in the same breath. Like these are, if you look at focus groups on immigration, you'll be shocked. Like a person will unironically say,
wait, you're on Fox with Abdul? Wait, what the fuck? Abdul El Sayed's talking about me on Fox News?
Your vision.
My vision is one where every American can afford their basic dignities.
God damn it.
My vision is one where you get healthcare when you need it. My vision is one where our government is not wasting your taxpayer dollars dropping bombs on other people's kids and instead is investing in you and your own.
Okay.
Insofar as I share that with anybody, I share that with Hasan, I share that with you if that's what you believe in. But I do think it's kind of crazy when you've had the likes of, I don't know, Donald Trump on this show. Donald Trump who says he wants to grab people by certain body parts. Donald Trump who wants to weaponize the paramilitary force against our Constitution itself. Do you agree with everything Donald Trump has said?
Okay, we'll move this conversation in a productive manner, okay? I understand you're for Medicaid for all.
Oh,
you referenced that.
It's unproductive because I'm losing.
That you are opposed to.
It's unproductive because it's indefensible. Sorry, we're moving on.
We can move those talking points out. The audience now knows that is what you stand for. But the idea that because I interview President Donald Trump is the same as you campaigning with Hasan Piker is absurd. You talk about platforming and cancellation. Those are not the same things as standing side by side with someone when you campaign. So you asked, now let me ask you, would you invite President Donald Trump on the stage with you? I think the answer you're going to give me is no, and you're going to tell me it's because you disagree.
I would love to be on the stage.
No, I'm not talking about debate. I'm not talking about debate. You're playing
on a stage with him.
You're playing a slick word game. I'm not talking about platforming debating.
I'd like to be on the stage with
I'm
Donald Trump.
talking about standing side by side as you campaign with someone.
We would debate exactly the same issues that have to do with the answers to the questions.
Do you want Donald Trump to stand with you at a rally? Do you want him to stand with you at a rally? Do you want his endorsement?
No.
Okay, then why do you want that from Hasan
Piker? I don't believe in that basic worldview. Because I don't believe that Donald Trump believes in the same worldview that I just shared with you.
But Hasan Piker does.
The healthcare they need.
But Hasan Piker does.
He's a lot more for giving people health care and not fighting.
Do you believe America deserved 9/11?
Donald Trump has started them for the last 3 weeks. No,
do you
of course
believe?
I don't. That's ridiculous. First of all, ridiculous question. Because here's this game. This is why
that's
people
a big
hate
one.
The media. This is why they hate the media. Because
yes!
you play this gotcha game because he said something one time. You think I automatically believe that. Now,
if you campaign with him, if you campaign with him. You're acting like you have a social acquaintance or you debated him. You campaigned with him. That's different, Mr. Syed. You have
this idea that somehow
people need to know if what you preach.
This doesn't work. This doesn't work when someone doubles down. You look like a bitch. Okay.
I answered the question for you.
This is literally what CNN and all these other outlets used to do to the fucking Republicans, and Republicans would push back, and that's why they kept winning.
No, you don't understand. I'm asking you a question.
I'm just saying that's where it comes from.
Okay, well, I would suggest to you, as you move forward.
You seem not to like my answer. You don't like the fact that I keep giving you the answers to the questions you really should be asking, which is, what is it that you want to do for the people in the state of Michigan?
You conduct a wonderful interview with yourself, Mr. Syed.
I want to make sure that they can afford a living wage.
He's mad as fuck.
I want to make sure
I understand those positions.
Drink clean water, but you're not asking me that. And when I asked you about whether or not you actually pump your own gas, you didn't answer the question because you are so
I pump my own gas. We don't have any other way to do it in Texas. We don't have any other way to do it.
How much did you pay for the last time? How much did you pay for your gas last time?
I paid a lot. Gas prices are up right now, and every American is concerned about that.
And you are not asking me about that.
The question is whether or not Americans believe that war.
Okay. That you keep defending. You keep
We're
defending
talking
that
over
war.
each other. We're talking over each other consistently, and the reason is
Ah,
because we're
he's
having
mad!
two separate conversations.
Get mad,
now, listen,
bitch!
You and I both
Mug!
know, and I'll tell the
Mug!
audience, I know your positions, and I've helped you forward some of those positions. I know you're opposed to the war in Iran. I know you're for Medicare for all. But you have other questions you have to answer. Last week, you and I texted, and you are still going to have an invitation on this show to have these long conversations. There'll be many people in the watching audience who do not appreciate that. But I think both the people who could vote for you, support you, and oppose to you need to understand where you are in deeper positions. And you have given plenty of reason for people to understand and question those things. I don't think you've answered those directly today, but I'm always willing to continue to have that conversation with you. I truly am, Mr. Syed.
Well, look, I would love that opportunity. In the future, ask me questions about what I want to do for people in the state of Michigan. But the gotcha game that we keep playing, it's why people are so frustrated with our politics right now.
Okay,
so
I will take
I'm happy
that
to answer
under
questions
advisement.
that have.
I'll take that
that
under
has something to do
advisement.
with what I'm
If I
actually
could
trying
offer
to do for
you
people.
under advisement as well, when someone asks you a question, think about answering it directly and don't come with your direct talking points. I am not depriving
answer
you of
questions
time.
directly.
I am not depriving you of time. I've given you a chance to talk about Medicare for all. What I want to know if you secretly agree with someone who believes America deserved 9/11. I want to know what you were in there, what you'd be talking about on year 2, 3, and 4 of your senatorial tenure. That's what I truly want to know, Mr. Syed. And I think the people of Michigan deserve to know that.
Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. You asked me a question.
Last answer. Try not to make it long.
What I'm going to be talking about on years 2, 3, and 4 is the same thing I'm talking about right now, which is getting money out of politics, putting money in your pocket, and passing Medicare for all. Now, you may not agree with.
Oh, shit. Got cooked. Oh, here we go. We have to watch a fucking sequence of ads again, probably. Oh, god damn it. What the hell? All right, someone send me a better link. By the way, it doesn't work. Like if I put the ad blocker on, it just doesn't work. I can't watch any longer, unfortunately. Yeah. Hassan, get Firefox? No, I'm not going to change everything in my life, okay?
For all, that's a worthy conversation. I hope that I hope, and this is the point of today's conversation, we don't have to have a conversation about the concept of citizenship and enforcing America's laws. That's the point in trying to get this done ahead of time, Mr. Syed, and I'll continue to have that effort with you in the future. I got to run. It's already, everybody wonders about television. 16 minutes is an eternity. I'll give you the equal amount of time the next time you come back. I appreciate your time today.
I'll look forward to it. Hopefully we don't spend the time talking over each other.
I agree. All right, a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow closed.
So basically, you will be on Fox News every hour today? Yeah, it seems to me like Fox News is turning up. Anytime Donald Trump is in a state of panic, anytime Donald Trump is cooked, like, for example, there was supposed to be a ceasefire deal that was imminent, and now he's like fucking it up because Israel didn't like it. All of a sudden, boom, Fox News is like, well, we got to do the Hasan Piker Power Hour. Let's go through why Hasan Piker is the most important thing in the media. They're going to have Walter Masterson on because they don't think that he's being sarcastic. My plan for solving the housing crisis: 1, arrest Hasan Piker. 2, name every street after Charlie Kirk. 3, nationwide ban on 3 trans athletes that play volleyball. This is, by the way, I mean this genuinely. This is straight up going to be the midterm strategy for the Republican Party. And guess what? When you have a fucking radical agenda that's not so radical, that is actually very appealing to the broadest masses, you can always turn around and say, hey man, I want to pay for Medicare for all. I want to make sure that everybody has health care. And your opposition will turn around and go, but what about Hasan Piker? What about Hasan Piker? Don't you think you should condemn a fucking Twitch streamer? You look like an asshole. This is literally the Zoran method. It's not even the Zoran method. It's something that I've wished for, begged for Democrats to do for fucking years, and finally we have arrived. So of course I'm elated. Of course I'm excited to see it in action, because this is exactly what I kept fucking talking about over and over again. If you have a bold policy platform that directly tackles some of the most important issues that are facing Americans, the American working class, and you keep saying, if you keep staying on message and you say, nope, we're going to do that, Medicare for all, money in your pockets, take the money away from Israel, take the money away from the defense contractors, and fix the goddamn healthcare system. Enough is enough. When you say that, and your opposition goes, well, what about trans people? Why won't you talk about the 3 trans people? Or your opposition turns around and says, like, well, what about a Twitch streamer? A Twitch streamer that's offended me, and that's far worse. It's like, dude, you're talking to a fucking future senator, big dog. I think he's got more important things to focus on, okay? Do you see how fucking stupid this shit is? Do you see how wonderful it is when you actually have something to defend, when you actually have a platform to stand on? All of a sudden, your opposition looks silly, idiotic, worried about nonsensical bullshit that most Americans don't give a fuck about. Most Americans don't know who the fuck I am, okay? Oh, it's so good. It's so good to watch it in action. It's like watching my theory of change play itself out in real time to glorious success. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. And meanwhile, once again, it's not even a fucking joke. Fox News' midterm strategy is covering me. According to Internet Archive, Fox News had the same number of May segments mentioning Hasan Piker as segments mentioning Jeffrey Epstein. You know how it goes? Once people hit the fuck Hasan button, they inevitably get outed as pedos or some other kind of freak. This means Fox and Republicans are going to hit the backlash of the fuck Hasan monkey's paw soon. Hopefully, inshallah. The problem is they've already been there, right? And it doesn't really matter. That's like the grand old pedophiles party, right? That's what the GOP stands for, as you know. What is this? Liberal influencers have been completely silent about Cuba and Palestine celebrating Trump for targeting Hasan. Actually, Kojima. Hi. I am Kojima. Oro? Nani? Nandatte bayo? Kojima-sama! Kojima-sama! Hideo Kojima-sama! My conservative MAGA family is now obsessed with you ever since Fox started talking about you. They claim you've indoctrinated me into communism and that the government is going to take their money and give it to the lazy to buy unsalted peanuts and hard-boiled eggs to feed the crows. I don't know if I should cut off contact with them or now try to reason with them. Fucking Christ. I can't believe I still eat that debate, dude. Do better debates like, how can I rewind the broadcast if you covered this important issue? Well, let me tell you. At the top of the hour, or sometimes in the middle of the hour, sometimes 20 minutes into the hour, instead of running a 3-minute or 1-minute ad break, which I used to do when I had a contract, I will remind you that all you need to do is subscribe. If you're like, oh my God, Hasan, how can I support this stream? How can I support this broadcast? How can I support you? You're in the fucking crosshairs. You're getting attacked because you're unbossed and unbought, and you're not accountable to any corporate entity. Well, that's because I'm accountable to you only. The Piker Broadcasting Service, PBS, the People's Broadcasting Service, is sponsored by you, the people, and it's for you, the people. That's right. No ads on the broadcast, just subscriptions. If you would like to, you can voluntarily subscribe. You can gift subs to others as well. Some of the many amenities that you get through that voluntary subscription is that some of the amenities is being able to rewind if you're watching from a desktop, sending me links if you would like to do so, with no guarantees that I will click on them. What is this?
Knows him being subpoenaed is hot. Yeah, it probably won't look good on your background, but it did make you hotter. Everybody likes a guy with a criminal background. It's gonna be Luigi Mangione vibes inside the courtroom. Everybody's trying to get a picture. Everybody's trying to draw him out. Like, there's gonna be a little protest in front of the court.
Michael Fuscart, thank you for the 100 gifted subs. Hey, I would like for that not to happen, I'll be honest.
Like, don't worry, babe. You'll be fine. I hope Hasan Piker knows him being subpoenaed.
Will you condemn Bert for Bert's participation on January 6th?
ICE. Now,
Will Kane had Abdul El-Sayed on to get cooked again, by the way, which is so funny. Let's take a look.
you would like to abolish ICE. Now, what I would like to ask you is, ICE is simply the enforcement mechanism for democratically elected laws of the people. Now, for a party who has talked about the threat to democracy, is it your position that you do not want to see the will of the people, the democratically elected laws, enforced?
First of all, Will, you and I both know that an election.
Fuck Adam Schiff.
Dude, please stop sending me this fucking op, dude. This guy is literally a paid agent, okay? I did not know who the fuck this guy was, but apparently he has old tweets shitting on do-nothing Democrats, shitting on Israel, and then all of a sudden the money faucet turns in the opposite direction, and all he's focusing on is whatever the fuck those like group chats are focusing on. Yes, chatters, liberals are finally coordinating, okay? A lot of paid liberals are finally doing this kind of propaganda. At a time when fascism is literally at our doorstep, when fascism is here, what the fuck are the coordinated liberal centrist influencers focusing on? A person to their left that happens to be in the crosshairs of the fascist administrative apparatus. Who gives a fuck? The more I pay attention to them, the more they feel emboldened. They get more influence from being mentioned here, even in a negative manner. Okay? It's very stupid. It's most likely also Hasbara dollars. Okay? I legitimately think that this is not only just the centrist Democrats that are obviously putting the clamp on here and hoping that like something happens where they take care of this annoying nuisance that is playing a role in like changing the makeup of the party. But I certainly think that there is probably payments happening, because it's not a secret that Israel is one of my ops. I have government ops. They've tripled their fucking Hasbara budget. And one of the things that they're doing, instead of like winning the messaging war, because they can't, because everybody fucking hates Israel, because all the dog shit, violent things that they've done, what are they doing instead? They're doing this. Their inability to tackle the message and counter signal is leading them to try to disparage the messenger. That's all this is.
Well, actually, immigration law is not criminal law. Immigration law is civil law. It's like getting a parking ticket. So the idea that we should have a paramilitary force that is weaponized on our streets to enforce civil law seems to me to be a bit over the top, particularly considering the fact that the current president is weaponizing ICE against the idea of the rule of law itself. The idea that they should just be governed simply by Stephen Miller and Donald Trump without any enforcement around basic warrant law or the Constitution itself, that to me is frustrating. Now, I want to pivot just quickly because I do want to ask you, do you pump your own gas?
Well, before we start talking about whether or not I pump my own gas,
No,
we have
no,
to
I'd like
follow
to just
up
ask
with
you,
your
it's important.
answer.
It's important.
I
We're talking
appreciate
about $185 billion. No,
I appreciate the interest in having a conversation, Mr. Syed, but what I would suggest is I'm conducting this interview, and I want to ask you about your positions. My interest today is you are running for Senate. No, excuse me. You are running for Senate in the state of Michigan. What I am curious about, as you conduct a tour targeted at counties that voted for both Joe Biden and President Donald Trump, is exactly how extreme or moderate your positions might be. I'm not running for elected office, so my position on current gas prices is of immaterial to the audience. Your positions as seeking elected office are what's important. And what I would like to figure out is whether or not you believe in the rule of law. It's simply not true that
Breaking Points and Ryan Grimm covered your subpoena event.
Letting a law to come in this country illegally. If you want no enforcement mechanism for it, what I see is you advocating for lawlessness. And when I see you say things like you did on your X feed, one moment, when I see things like you put on your X feed, which you did delete, like immigrants are American, refugees are American, undocumented people are American.
Whoa. Whoa. How could he say such a radical thing? Whoa. Excuse me, sir. Do you stand by this? Do you stand by this, sir? Incredible.
Either that or the only real Americans are Native Americans you pick. I see you denying something like the rule of law and the concept of citizenship. And I'm curious if that's your proposal to the people of Michigan.
So if we want to talk about law enforcement, I do want to bring up the question about the $1.8 billion Department of Justice piggy bank that Donald Trump wants to hand out to people who clearly broke our laws on January 6th. But I asked the question about gas prices because I happened to pump my gas just on Memorial Day. The worst part of my day was having to pay $82.89. Well, I thought about the fact that we lost more than a dozen service members in a war. We never should have been fighting to raise those gas prices in the first place. If you want to talk about the rule of law, there are
Mr.
plenty
Syed,
of opportunities for us to talk
I
about that.
appreciate your position.
I don't think you appreciate. I don't think you appreciate his position at all. Kind of feels like you don't appreciate it, as a matter of fact. And yes, we will be talking about the facility that's on the sidelines here, where there's a lot of active protest taking place. There's a hunger strike inside of the Delaney facility in New Jersey, an immigrant detention facility where they currently have locked up like one of the leaders of one of the actual leaders of the protest movement too.
Other situation is there's people like this. You are a protester who's been out here and you have a dirty mouth, but okay, so that
you have a dirty mouth. You're a Nazi bitch.
that's just what we deal with. So just for people that want to know what it's like to cover these protests, it's constant with this. This is what these people do. They want people who are in this country illegally to be released out onto the streets. DHS says that's what they're going to not be doing. So we'll see.
Nazi bitch, that's what you are.
And so
Beast mode. Beast mode. Wow, you have a potty mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Israel First Congressman Randy Swine trying to criminalize American citizens for exercising their speech rights while this administration takes record amounts of foreign bribes is quite something.
Your thoughts on these latest allegations? Your thoughts on these latest allegations against Piker?
Well, both of these individuals are funded by overseas influencers that support terrorism. I mean, I have to deal with these Code Pink.
I'm funded by my audience, motherfucker. That's it. Okay? The only people that fund me is voluntary subscriptions that I get. I don't even fucking run ads. I don't even have IP restrictions on my content, so other people that post my videos online can make money off of it. That's the Piker Broadcasting Service, motherfucker. Oh, they're getting paid by foreign influencers or foreign influences or whatever the fuck he was trying to say. Bullshit. I don't even get paid by American or Western corporations, let alone fucking foreign governments. But of course, because these dipshits only know one speed, because they only know one reality, which is a reality where you can only take a position if you're getting paid to take said position, that they just assume, in the case of ultimate projection, that other people don't have moral convictions either. Other people don't believe the things that they're saying either, because after all, Randy Fine doesn't believe half the shit that he advocates for. You mean you grant a revocable license to your supporters that you can revoke at will, right? Yes.
Lunatics on Capitol Hill when they come around, and they shut up because I always demand that they tell me how much they're getting paid, and they don't want to answer that question. If they went to Cuba, if they interfered with our sanction policy, federal policy, they should go to jail. And in the case of Hasan Piker, I hope it goes one step further. He's from Turkey. I hope we denaturalize and we deport him and send him back.
Like, he knows that's not how this works, okay? Like, not only is he just wrong, he's just fucking lying, and he's projecting, right? But that's not how this stuff works, man. Randy Swine, little piggy. That's not how this shit works. The fuck are you talking
They're
about?
not people who love America. These are not people that share American values. These are the enemy within, and we need to deal with them accordingly.
And yet the left seems so enamored with Piker. Why is that?
Because
you see, they're trying to use this clip for the subpoena shit.
Go to Cuba. Would you be down?
Old clip of Hasan Piker saying the Cuban government facilitated the infrastructure for him to stream from the country, effectively providing a basis for Hasan to arrest Piker as a foreign agent. That's not how this works, man.
Love Cuba.
Oh yeah, you'd be down?
Yeah, I filmed a
I think I
documentary
got,
there once.
The Cuban government actually hit my contact from the embassy and told him that if the only thing stopping Hasan from coming to Cuba was the consistent internet access, we can make it happen.
Yeah, Cuba is sick.
By the way, that literally didn't happen. Ironically enough, they were wrong about it, but it doesn't even fucking matter. And once again, yes, dude. Yes, this is not illegal. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Can you imagine this being illegal? Like, okay, I'm going to explain something to you guys. Okay, I'm going to explain something to you guys. For example, I'm going to the UK. Okay, when I'm in the UK, I will probably hang out with Zach Polanski, the leader of the Green Party. Could you imagine if people were like, what do you mean? I don't understand. He's talking to a foreign politician ahead of a party. This is unbelievable. Like, that's what you fucking sound like. None of this is illegal, okay? As an American citizen, you can literally be in correspondence with individuals in another country. The American restrictions on this stuff are fucking idiotic. I have a journalism visa. What the fuck are you talking about? And what's really funny about it is that every single media outlet that goes to Cuba does this as well. CNN, Al Jazeera, ABC, fucking Fox News. Every goddamn American news outlet that has been to Cuba has done this. So a lot of people don't realize that. So they think, oh my God, there's like, this is illegal shit. This is illegal shit. That's what's going on here. It's clearly illegal. Brother, major Western outlets live broadcast from Iran while we are fucking bombing Iran. Okay? What the fuck are you talking about? It's so funny that they're like, nope, we got him. God, he's so stupid. He's like volunteering this information that he's doing crimes. How stupid can one be? I don't know if I'm the stupid one between you and I. I mean, look, the government might try to fucking turn this into a criminal operation. It's very clear that they're trying to make it seem like there is wrongdoing in any of this because they're insane and they want to fucking silence dissent. That's the ultimate goal here. But it's very stupid to be like, oh, well, this is a foreign agent. It's stupid as fuck.
Much of the left hates America now. That's been the most disheartening thing about my year in Congress. 30 years ago, Republicans and Democrats had different ways to make America successful, but both sides loved America and wanted it to be successful. A large percentage of the Democrats who serve in Congress hate.
Yeah, I want America to be successful. You want Israel to be successful, you fucking piece of shit. That's all you care about, dumbass. I care about Americans. You care about whatever fucking corporate donors sponsor your nonsense, and also Israel. That's it.
America. And
of course, the fucking agent of the Israeli state that very openly and very consistently places the needs of Israel over the needs of Americans and certainly his constituents would assume that I must also be a fucking foreign agent.
Seek its destruction. If you think Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib want a successful United States, you are out of your mind. But they are.
Anyway, who gives a fuck? Fuck this guy. Let's finish this. Oh, here's also Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Speaking of like Israel first, there's on the fucking Democratic Party side as well. There is obviously a shit ton of that happening, but here, let's watch this real quick about liberals.
Or whatever is being subpoenaed by the federal government for an aid trip to a country that the federal government is disenfranchising. The same federal government that is attacking our voting rights as black people. And that makes sense to you. You allegedly have degrees. You allegedly do this work. You allegedly are attacking, allegedly, the same federal government, flying to different states, going on marches, walking in our ancestors' footsteps at the Capitol, in your local communities, fighting for mutual aid, fighting for people to care about what's happening because they should care. And you're happy that the same federal government is attacking someone who went on an aid trip. And that is smart to you. You are treating what the federal government is doing as a roast, as petty beef, like we're on motherfucking Bravo. This is what you want to spend your time and energy on, parading what the federal government is doing to a white man. What the fuck do you think it's gonna do to your undeniably black Negro ass? Do I need to call you a slur for you to get it? Not only are you feeling the happy feelings, because that's already something to sit on a therapist's couch for, but you're sharing them publicly on the same platform where you trash the federal government. You are parading what the federal government is doing. And that's smart to you. I can't get over that being smart to you. He's not even being subpoenaed for like racism or something. He's being subpoenaed for aid. They're being subpoenaed for helping give aid. The same aid you want black people to receive. You are over.
Anyway, also, speaking of agents for a foreign state that will never be hit with a motherfucking FARA violation, let's look back at Michigan U.S. Senate candidate Haley Stevens.
And in the United States Congress, I will continue to fight for the people of Israel. I will continue to fight for Israel's existence. Israel comes to me in my dreams. I see Israel's future, and I know that Israel will continue to exist for the Jewish people.
Dude, what if the Christmas lights in the background? Dude, what an insane dude. Can you imagine saying this about any other country? I love doing this. Shouts out to Estonia. But I love putting Estonia as a substitute country for Israel. Estonia comes to me in my dreams. Every day I think of Estonia, the greatest nation on earth. We will forever hold Estonia to the highest regard. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
Love you all so very much. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you.
It's fucking awesome. Anyway, let's see what. Oh, this is from Kyle's latest video, which we will be watching. We will be seated for it, and we will be watching. Yeah. True Anon. Hasan didn't refute the network. He mapped it. That hit home, Stu. You've identified perfectly what happened here. Do you want me to further lay out a point-by-point analysis of Roy Singham's activities or search for other organizations that might be connected to his network? Let's delve into this. You think his chat GPT that's like frying everyone's brains, by the way? Like if you just use... If you use like chat GPT as, yeah, like they have a whole ass section on publicly funding organizations. Twitter's so fucking stupid. Fox News is so stupid they couldn't even bother to Google Hasan's place of birth. They just assumed he was born in Turkey. Yeah. Like, I genuinely don't understand. I said, everything revealed is available on Wikipedia, but this Manhattan Institute weirdo paid the clip farm my stream, writes a sinister summary through ChatGPT, and every single moron on this website starts hallucinating that there's a comprehensive investigation and I'm snitching. This website is making everyone on it dumber and prone to hallucination. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's not good that this many people are this stupid. Also, I don't even know if this is real or not. This is USA Today. I can't tell if there's an additional house. Per the report, Piker and his fellow activists. Like, guys, you do understand, okay? There's no payment here. Like, this is just my personal opinion as an American citizen. It is directly, not only as an American citizen, but also as a member of the media that got a journalism visa. The things that I am saying about Cuba, that I have said for years about Cuba, even before I went to Cuba, are all not only totally moral, okay, but also, unfortunately for all of these people that are fucking chirping, constitutionally protected, okay? U.S. born Israeli, USA Today best-selling novelist. Like, this is not how this works. You can't just be like, because, look, reduced to its fucking bare bones, if you just pull some of the fucking strings that is like sloppily holding this together, everything unwinds, because the argument being presented here is, I don't like what he said about a foreign adversary, so he should be punished for it criminally. Okay? Do you understand? Oh my God, this is so funny. Ashley St. Clair is now trying to smash Hasan Piker. Third baby on the way, I guess. Elon Musk is no longer following Ian Miles. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my God. You're writing your own bullshit while being on stream. Do you understand? What does that even mean? What are you trying to say here? Hassan is like a boy band singing. I will not be ignored. So what is your idea of policy nowadays? You don't care, obviously. Clap, cinema, fap, artard. Idiot. You need a proper dick then. Says one talking to camera. You basically say gay, you. Oh my God. Why do I engage with some of these motherfuckers, man? It's crazy. I know you said you might lift the embargo, but here's a little taste. I know. I'm gonna fucking watch the Glenn Group. I saw some clips of it. He cooked. Your Honor, I'm afraid to report that he cooked. Yeah. Ben-Gvir says Israel will not allow Trump to make a deal with Iran. Bad agreement for Israel. First of all, there's something called the real thing, which is human life. A bad agreement for the state of Israel can harm human life. I know that Prime Minister Netanyahu and all of us as members of the cabinet, both a small cabinet and a large cabinet, as the government of Israel, cannot allow this to happen. But this is a bad agreement. This is an agreement that can harm the state of Israel. And we will not allow this to happen. A bad agreement will not happen. It cannot happen because in the end, the agreement is bad. It has nothing to do with the elections or with animals. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, if Itamar Ben-Gvir says it's a bad agreement and it cannot happen, well, I guess, yes, sir. I guess all we can do is comply, right? Anyway, I think this guy misunderstood. Either there's a new oversight committee investigation that just got revealed and I haven't heard of it, or this guy's too stupid and doesn't understand that it's just a Treasury thing that he's like repeating.
Far-left influencer Hasan Piker is facing a federal subpoena over a recent trip he took to Cuba with a group of fellow leftists. Piker and the co-founders of anti-war group Code Pink are caught up in a federal investigation into whether activists violated U.S. sanction laws on that trip and similar ones. It was billed as a humanitarian aid mission, but Piker and his fellow activists used the trip to openly promote the Cuban regime and protest the U.S. embargo. They say
what do you mean? Dog, none of this is illegal. What the fuck are you saying? Just because you want it to be illegal doesn't mean. It's so crazy. Like what? As an American citizen, I can't have an opinion on this fucking idiotic embargo that's like devastating to Cuban life. What is happening, man? Did people get so fucking stupid that they sincerely believe this? Or are they wish casting and other people are so dumb that they agree with the wish casting and think wish casting is the same as like what's actually taking place, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Dog, if you get to speak before a House committee on live TV, you're about to become every wine mom in America's personal hero. We'll see.
luxury hotels, they met with communist officials, even as the island grapples with a deepening economic crisis. Piker, of course, blames that crisis on President Trump.
I'm here in Havana, Cuba, right now on a humanitarian aid
Yeah, I wonder why. I'm doing that. Because I have fucking eyes and a brain, dude.
mission.
Yeah, going on an aid mission and telling everyone this is your fault. You deserved is to be in compliance with U.S. law, which, by the way, isn't a U.S. law. That's not a... There is restrictions on what you can and can't do, okay? However, one of the restrictions is actually placed upon the American government by the motherfucking Constitution. And that is that the American government cannot stop an American citizen from believing the things that they believe and saying the things that they believe. It's called the First Motherfucking Amendment. Okay? I hope people are I hope people are grasping what's taking place here, okay? Because the argument here is devastating. It's devastating and unconstitutional, and it's terrifying if implemented. Because the argument here is if you have a different opinion than me on what you see with your own two fucking eyes, what you experience with your heart, your soul, your brain, and you communicate that reality, then you should be criminally charged and punished. That is fucking insane. And before people say, excuse me, and they're trying to get you on sanctions violations. Like, yeah, dumbass, they're not going to literally design a case that's so stupid that they're just going to be like, we don't like what he said about Cuba, so we're fucking arresting him. Okay? Of course, they have to try to hold on to anything, no matter how fucking stupid or silly it is.
My goal here today is to bring awareness to what my government, the United States of America, has done to the Cuban population. One of the most ridiculous.
What is this? This is the last day I'm watching you. Came and investigated you, see if what people say about you is true, but you are just anti-America on everything and pro-dictatorships. You deserve jail. Brother, your username is Restore the Holy Roman Empire. And you are demanding that this administration behave like a dictatorship for what you suspect is me defending dictatorships. Between you and I, there's only one guy that is defending dictatorships. And I'm not even talking about like the concept of a dictator that stems from the Holy Roman Empire, ironically enough. Okay? But you are straight up saying, no, I want America to be a dictatorship where we punish political dissent. Locked in on BB's dick. True.
Embargoes of all time that has only gotten more deadly as time has gone on.
Piker claims he is not the target of the investigation. Instead, he says the feds are after prominent pro-China donor Neville Roy Singham. Quote, I think that ultimately the target is probably Singham and his operation from PSL to answer coalition to Code Pink, like anything that he has ever financed. Piker, Code Pink, and Singham did not respond to Fox Digital's request for comment.
Anyway, have they served you yet? No. They have yet to serve me. We obviously got a lot to talk about as far as Israel First Democrats. There's two of them that are out there right now that are, making waves currently. One is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And then the other is Jake Auchincloss. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. But there's more Fox News coverage, and obviously we'll get to that. This literally sounds like they know they can't do anything. They're just trying to slander your name in the public eye. Yeah. Have you thought about dodging being served? No, I have not. I don't even know if that's a thing you can do. I'm fairly certain that might actually be illegal. And no, I'm just, I am where I am. There was a Breaking Points video on this as well, aside from the Patrick Bet-David video. But let's take a look at Kyle Kalinske,
so
my
the fascist, terrorist, imperialist, bloodthirsty death cult of MAGA.
Are you still a numbers guy? Yeah, I'm a numbers guy. Am a numbers guy. Okay? I'm a numbers guy. You already know it.
So the fascist...
I ChatGPT it. I grok it. You know how it is, Vinny. I know you're the funny guy. I'm a numbers guy. You already know.
Terrorist, imperialist, bloodthirsty death cult of MAGA and the Trump regime. They are now openly targeting political opponents in the most disgusting way imaginable. So look at this. Federal officials have allegedly subpoenaed Hasan Piker and Code Pink's Medea Benjamin over aid mission to Cuba. The Treasury Department has targeted the pair as part of an investigation into whether activists violated U.S. sanctions in delivering medicine and medical equipment to Cuba. So here's one of the problems with this. They didn't actually violate sanctions. In fact, they go out of their way and they bend over backwards to make sure they're abiding by all of the rules, all the laws, all the regulations. In fact, as Hasan himself pointed out, this appears to be the case that Fox News or the Trump regime, or both, fell for a viral post that claimed that Hasan was staying at a hotel which is not on the U.S. government approved list, which means he's, economically benefiting the regime in Cuba, and therefore it's a crime, and therefore he can be charged. There was some viral right-wing slop post that claimed that. Meanwhile, totally untrue, completely and utterly made up. They followed the rules, followed the regulations, went to the approved list of hotels, went, down the path that they're supposed to go down. Meanwhile, there is somebody who actually did violate U.S. law in going to Cuba and staying at one of the incorrect hotels. The kid's name is Nick Shirley. Yes, Nick Shirley was just in Cuba making some bullshit propaganda documentary, and he violated the rules and the regulations and the laws. But of course, the chances of the Trump regime going after Nick Shirley are roughly 0%. And the chance of them going after Hasan is, of course, very, very high. Now, by the way, I said allegedly subpoenaed because Hasan has actually not been served a subpoena yet. Neither has Code Pink or Medea Benjamin. None of them have actually been served subpoenas. So there's some speculation that maybe this is Fox News taking a viral post and running with it without actually having sources within the Trump regime, within the government. However, I do fear, even if that is the case, I do fear you will immediately see the Trump regime sort of jump on this and try to bring it to fruition. Because here's the thing, guys. They might even know, oh, this is going to go absolutely nowhere. And, it's going to ultimately end in our humiliation. But that's not the point. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not really about Hasan. It's not really about Code Pink or Medea Benjamin. It's about everybody else who's thinking of bucking the regime. Everybody else who's thinking about helping one of these countries which we are terrorizing and destroying and starving to death. That's the point. Is to strike fear into people. In the same way, they went after James Comey multiple different ways. Every single way failed, instantly fell apart. But the point is the headlines. The point is, the fear that you put in MAGA critics, MAGA dissidents. Like, hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, don't criticize us too much. Hey, maybe we'll muck up some charges against you. And of course, the fucking irony of all of this is Trump never shut the fuck up about the political persecution of Biden and the Democrats going after me and all the January 6ers and shit. And it's like, no, you idiot. They went after you.
Yeah, big W for Nick Shirley, by the way. Underrated, criminally underrated, ironically enough, that Nick Shirley straight up was like, funding the Cuban state. Respect. Like, I guess you get to do that. It's one of the amenities of being an American propagandist, where they're just like, oh yeah, no, stay at whichever hotel you want, King. Only Nixon gets to go to China. Yeah, only Nixon can go to China. Only Nick Shirley can stay at a sanctioned Cuban state government-run hotel. Nick Shirley more of a revolutionary than you, bitch. True.
Because you're actually a criminal. You're charged with 91 crimes. You're a 34-time convicted felon. You actually committed multiple crimes. You found liable in a civil court for tax fraud and insurance fraud and business fraud. You are a career criminal. There's no doubt about it. The January 6ers, how many of them are fucking pedophiles? How many of them are rapists? How many of them are murderers? How many of them assaulted cops? Like, no, it's actually upholding the law to go after you idiots. And if Biden's Justice Department, if it was so fucking biased and they were politically persecuting everybody, why is it they went after fucking Bob Menendez? Why is it they let charges go against Hunter Biden? Why is it they went after multiple Democrats? It turns out there was no political persecution, except you guys. You're the ones doing the political persecution. I wouldn't want to be Letitia James. I wouldn't want to be James Comey. I wouldn't want to be Fonnie Willis. I wouldn't want to be any of these people who actually did their fucking job, Jack Smith, and we're trying to hold Trump accountable, and now he's like, well, I'm going to make your life a living hell in a fucking mafia boss kind of way just because you inconvenienced me. Like, get the fuck out of here. So understand something. Why would they target Hasan Piker? Because Hasan Piker is everything they hate and everything they can't control and everything they're scared of. Hasan Piker, he's out there fighting for Medicare for all. He's out there fighting for free college. He's out there fighting for a living wage. He's out there fighting against Israel.
Bro, I'm going to take a little bit of that 1.776. Lawfare, baby. The American government is conducting lawfare against me. I am now a victim of lawfare, baby. I'm going in. Give me $1 billion. Give me the billion. That's right. Call it the Hasanabi slush fund. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, he's out there fighting against the Epstein class who controls the Trump regime. And they can't have that. Especially since now he's gaining national prominence. Especially since now he's endorsing Democratic candidates. And when he does that, those Democratic candidates are going up 10 points, like Abdul El-Sayed. right? So if anything, this is going to backfire. This is going to make Hasan a bigger figure. He becomes a national figure. He becomes more known. He becomes more loved by the Democratic voting base, because the Democratic voters already love Hasan for what he stands for if they know him, right? They know him as the tax the rich guy. They know him as the universal health care guy. They know him as the anti-genocide guy. Now he's also being persecuted by the fat, pedophile, imperialist, rapist, con man president, war criminal, like fucking asshole. Now all of them are going to go, oh, well, I'm definitely on this guy's side. Again, Medea Benjamin, same thing. We love Medea Benjamin. We love Code Pink. Exact same fucking thing. This just makes them more prominent, more well-known. If you wanted to find a way to get normie Democrats to support Hasan, you couldn't have come up with a better plan. Normie Democratic voters now will love this man. Now this man could fucking run for a high office and win. That's what you need to understand. So,
I don't know about that.
Massive, massive miscalculation. Like I said, it is possible that Fox News fell for a viral tweet that's a lie and ran with this, and there wasn't plans to go after Hasan. But my guess is that now the fact that they actually did that,
I don't think that's the case. I think that they leaked it. But they leaked it because I talked to other people that have like received actual subpoenas in the past and like federal investigations, things of that nature. And I've also talked to people who have been told that they were supposed to receive a subpoena and it went nowhere. And from what I see, from what I understand, the way this works is basically just the way this works is it's for silencing dissent. Like it's just to get people to be scared, to be worried, and to get them to shut the fuck up, get them to think twice before they criticize the government. Now, of course, if you know anything about me, that doesn't work, right? That's not how this works at all. So, you know, it's so not how this works that, ironically enough, Republicans have decided to analyze my micro movements on my stream when I start the broadcast to be like, well, he was a little tired today. And you know what that means. That means there's a federal investigation. He's been arrested. He's actually streaming from a federal penitentiary. And the reason why he's streaming from a federal penitentiary is to expose the dark network of funding. And he's already decided to turn state's witness. Like, it's crazy. They're fucking living in La La Land, dude. What the fuck are you saying?
You will see the Trump regime try to scramble to catch up to do something like this. But of course, there's zero case. There's zero case. By the way, stop and think about this. They've not arrested any Epstein-class pedophiles, but they're arresting Hasan, or theoretically going to investigate Hasan and subpoena Hasan and Medea Benjamin for the crime of serving ramen noodles to hungry people, for the crime of delivering diapers and medical supplies and food to people who need the help because our country is illegally embargoing them and starving them and trying to collapse the country. I mean, what a sick fucking joke.
Uh-oh. Kyle, don't you know you're not allowed to say these things as an American citizen? Why, you might ask? Well, we've decided that it's a no-no thing. It's not good. We've decided that you are not allowed to say things. You're not allowed to say things that hurt my feelings. Okay? There's only one school of thought that is allowed, and that is whatever the government says.
So humanitarianism is a crime, but raping children is not, according to these fucking demons, according to these fucking disgusting fucks. I'm so sick of them, bro. I am so sick of these criminals and these terrorists. We're being run by, like, not only do we not live in a meritocracy, we live in an anti-meritocracy. We're being run by the worst people on earth. These people are actually demonic. They're actually satanic. They actually genuinely are evil, and they want pain and violence and destruction for those who even 1% disagree with them. There's not a decent bone in any of these people's bodies, okay? But I'm not done, because we also have this. Look at this. Nick Fuentes says, if Trump wants to win us back, putting Hasan Piker in prison forever would be a good start. 14,000 Groyper likes, ladies and gentlemen. Laura Loomer, the woman who allegedly sucks off the president and controls her, like modern-day Rasputin. President Trump can unite the entire country by having Hasan Piker arrested. It's his destiny. Wow. Also, is that a little play on words I see there? Because a little guy by the name of Destiny, and I do mean little, a little guy by the name of Destiny also is excited about this and thinks it's awesome. This is fucking putrid, wretched, repulsive, disgusting fucking shit. None of these people believe in anything. None of them believe in anything. Like I said, at the core, they're an empty black void of morality and intelligence. And it's just, I don't like this person because they have more clout than me. So I hope their life is fucking ruined. And I hope the government fucking, destroys them. Like, what a sick joke, man. What about that other guy? What's his name? Too Raw, Too Real, or whatever. He's was a big Kamala stan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's out there basically cheering on Trump. Yes, you heard me correctly. Cheering on Trump and saying, like, well, you deserve this because even though Hasan voted for Kamala, you didn't break out your pom-pom strongly enough and fucking cheer for her. Therefore, you fucking deserve this. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? The pettiness, the vindictiveness, how embarrassing. And you people want to lead a movement? That's what you want to do? You want to lead a movement? You want to bring us out of this fucking fascist hellscape that we're in? The opposite of leaders. These people are deeply, deeply unserious. Again, the fact of the matter is he's being targeted for being a decent person. He's being targeted for being a left-winger. Somebody said, this is quite literally the poem of like, first they came for the communists, right? Like this, that's what this is. First they came for the socialists. That's what this is. And you're going to sit there and fucking cheer it on? Well, guess what? You're on that list. They make no distinction between you and him. Do you not understand that? Destiny, Too Raw, Too Real, fucking any... And by the way, let me be clear. There's no Democratic voters are cheering this on. It's only like weird.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, these guys are just yelling into the void. They're yelling into the void where the algorithm owned by a fucking a billionaire psychopath who despises me will boost their Fuck Hasan compilations. But there is no real like audience for this stuff. There is no real market demand for this stuff. Right? The K-Hive 92% wackos are deleting comments on YouTube videos telling them you voted for her, Camera. Yeah, they are not only unprincipled, okay, but they're also they're not only unprincipled, but they're yelling to no one. Like there is no rallying cry. There is no rallying cry in the real world amongst liberals. Most liberals don't know this is even going on because it hasn't like made waves in the adult newspapers, right? Like Associated Press, New York Times, like they're not covering this story yet because we don't know if it's even real, right? We don't even know if there's an actual subpoena, right? Because Fox News covered it, but I have not been served. So for that reason, most Democrats don't even know about this yet. Most adults don't even know about this, right? However, that hasn't stopped liberals on Twitter from entertaining this as like a major W. And what's really weird about it is, what are they going to do when this does hit the fucking airwaves and AP's talking about it, New York Times talking about it, all these other outlets are starting to talk about how like this is very clearly an attempt to silence activism, to stop activism that the administration doesn't like, to maybe tackle the First Amendment. What the fuck do these guys do then? I guess it doesn't really matter because they found themselves deliberately on the 10% side of a 90-10 issue, Israel, right? So I guess they don't really care if they're on the 90-10 side, on the 10% side on another 90-10 issue, which will turn into this. Like, it's so strange how they're just motivated by personal animus and have no comprehensive vision whatsoever, right? They just immediately react. What is this? I will defend Hasan when he condemns the Uyghur genocide. Here you go.
Okay.
Can't wait for you to move the goalpost, though.
And I call that shit out all the time. The treatment of the Uyghurs in Xinjiang, cultural genocide, all that sort of unacceptable shit that they engage in.
To be honest, even calling the liberals too much credit, I don't even represent more like 10% of libs. Yeah, I mean, he's going to fucking move the goalpost. He's going to move the goalpost and he's going to turn around. I mean, this person, I believe, is already Yeah, he's blocked me. Don't look at that.
Media pundit freaks who are way too online. They make no distinction. You and Hasan are exactly the same to them. They view, oh, there's no difference between you guys. You're all left of center. Like, that's all they need to know. They'd throw us all in fucking camps if they could. They're already doing that with ICE. God forbid you're an immigrant. God forbid you make a joke about Charlie Kirk. God forbid you're pro-Palestine. They will lock you up or kick you out of the motherfucking country. People have been tortured and raped in fucking CCOT. They're building concentration camps all across this country for the ICE Gestapo thugs, for Trump's paramilitary. And you're going to sit there and cheer on when a prominent left-winger gets targeted for doing humanitarianism? You're going to cheer that on? You're going to support that? No soul. No soul, no morality, no ethics, no consistency. It is fucking embarrassing. It is pathetic. Put aside your childish petty beef. Who gives a fuck about your childish petty internet beef? Are you serious? This is the real fucking world that we're talking about here. What a sick joke. Never in a million years will you ever see me cheer on if the Trump regime goes after, a neoliberal online creator. Never in a million years would I sit there and cheer that shit on because
it's bullshit. And I haven't. And I even defended motherfucking Sex Pestany when he was in the crosshairs. So, like, what's really crazy about these guys, what's really crazy about so many of these people is, like, they keep going, Hasan would never do this for us. It's like, no, I have, though. And that's why they had to, like, desperately find, like, any clip that they could where it's, like, me fucking jokingly being like, Adam shit, lock him up, right? Like, they're pointing to that. To justify their priors. All of this is... Yeah, so this is proof you can get CTE from dick riding. People need to stand on principles for once. I don't expect the liberals or conservatives to do any of that anytime soon. Yeah. And it's strange because, like, I think the broader point here that I find to be genuinely devastating to admit is that people are that susceptible to the algorithm. Elon Musk buys Twitter. Elon Musk fucking despises my ass. Elon Musk turns Twitter into a Nazi fucking cesspit. All the people that remain on Twitter that are constantly engaging in this fucking algorithm, slowly but surely, without realizing, start developing even more reactionary tendencies. I feel like there's a lot of people in the past that were self-identifying liberals that could have looked at a situation like this and probably been like, yeah, this is fucking unacceptable. But nowadays, either because they're getting paid for it or because their algorithm is, like, rewired and short-circuited their brains, where they don't even realize, like, how bad this is for them. Because, like, yeah, sure, you don't like me. That's fine. Who cares? Right? Sure. You consider me to be a malign influence on American politics. You think what I'm doing with the Democratic Party is bad or whatever the fuck, but you don't even have any sort of self-preservation here. Like, you don't even understand in all of your delusion that this is eventually going to come for you too. The sex pest is just angry that he got outed for doing age play with another Groiper's wife again. I don't even know if any of those words are in the motherfucking Bible. What is this? My conscience wants to be consistent with what I expect of Piker when he broadcast from Tiananmen Square. And before that, got Tucker Carlson only leftistly vibes from him. Depends on what we see of any of the charges, which has not been leveled. This is what fascism looks like. It's what not being a sucker for fascists abroad looks like. Try harder. Call out the president for genocide while you're still his vice president. OMG. You're a sucker for fascists abroad, counseling genocide denial for the sake of political expedience. Genocide denial happens once peer-reviewed histories are writ. If you can see through 10K miles, the fog of war, mass mutual high-tech propaganda, lack of legal expertise, and your own predisposition to view Israel's existence as illegal, no, you can't. Israel's overboard with deadly retaliation. Right, Israel deserves comical agnosticism well beyond the law, what the law actually demands. Hasan deserves subpoenas on the basis of your convenient speculation. You're a fascist. Well, I've been called worse. Lib Dem, by the way. Holy fuck, Carl cooked his ass. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can only... By the way, these are the people who are supposed to be the adults, right? Like, they're the moral adults here. They're the ones who are taking a restrained approach. They're the ones who are taking a restrained approach, right? The problem is that you visited Cuba leftistly. You should have visited rightly. Yeah. And what's funny about it is that they have no understanding of the genocide statute. Because if they did, they would understand that intent is what matters. And the reason why intent matters alongside the action is because the genocide statutes are created that way so that we can stop a genocide before it finalizes. Hello. That's the entire fucking point. It's so stupid. Just call Zoran and make the boss call and have him cleared up. He likes Zoran. That was another thing where I was talking to someone and I was like, I don't think Zoran's going to say anything, but maybe he'll surprise me. And then I literally said, what the fuck is the expectation here? He's the goddamn mayor of New York City. Why the fuck would he ever say anything about this incident? And they clipped the part before I say, why the fuck would the mayor of New York City have to make a statement about this to be like, Hasan is scared and he's now upset at Zoran Mamdani. And it's like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? They just want to live in fucking La La Land. They want to live in motherfucking La La Land, dude. They want to live in a world where they don't want to live in a world where they have to analyze the truth. They want to live in a world where everyone tells them that they're right. All of their enemies are both cowardly and also super powerful and being propped up by foreign adversaries. But also at the same time, they're cowardly little babies who just fucking drop all of their convictions at the tip of a hat when they get pressed by the most powerful country on the planet, the American federal government. Okay? They also said you're groveling to Adam Schiff to defend you. I'm his constituent. I fucking voted for him. Adam Schiff, as a Democrat, as a high-ranking Democrat, should genuinely fucking do that. Adam Schiff should have released a statement already. The fuck are you talking about? He's my Democratic senator that I fucking voted for. What are we talking about? It shouldn't be up to me to be like, whoa, why won't Adam Schiff say something? Hello?
No. That they make no distinction between me and that person. None whatsoever. I know that it's an injustice, that it's violating their rights. What a sick joke, man. What a sick joke. So, you know some demonic shit is happening when Nick Fuentes and Laura Loomer both agree. The one who allegedly sucked Trump off and the one who wants to suck Trump off.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes and Laura Loomer agree. So does Asmongold. Asmongold was like, yeah, fuck around and find out. Yeah. Lock him up. Again, fucking content creator on this goddamn platform. Literally supposed to be somewhat of a colleague here. Salivating at the prospect. Salivating at the prospect of me being arrested.
When the closet case manlet Nazi agrees with modern day, plastic surgery Rasputin, you know something's up. You know, some horrible shit is about to go down. So, as Hasan always says, judge him by his enemies. And I think everybody with a functioning brain can do that in this scenario and realize they hate him. They're scared of him. He represents every single thing that they're not. And they want to make him pay for that. They want to make him pay for that. They want to make him pay for daring to support innocent people who are being embargoed by us and starved by us. That's a crime, but raping kids on Epstein Island, not a crime. Committing countless instances of fraud on Wall Street, not a crime. Trump pardons fraudsters on a daily fucking basis. Committing immense corruption on a regular basis, not a crime. Stop and think about this. The same people who are carpet bombing little girls.
Wake up, David Koresh. Most of us want you arrested. Buddy, that's not how this works, okay? Like, that's fine. That's cool. But, like, that's not how this works. Holy crap, David Koresh is alive. Make sure you tell the prison inmate population you shock animals when they take you in. Is that hour yet? Is it that hour yet? You know the time to zap your fucking dog? Like, you are literally hallucinating in an alternative reality of your own. Okay? Also, that's not even fucking true. Like, poll the American population between me and Epstein affiliates who they would want arrested. And I'm willing to bet that the overwhelming majority would say Epstein affiliates. If you polled the American population between me and Donald Trump, who they would want to see behind bars, they would probably overwhelmingly say Donald Trump. The idea that, like, the public has a say in this, we just get to decide who goes to prison because we decided to vote on it, is really silly. But I would love to entertain that reality because that reality would favor my worldview. Okay? I know you're probably in some fucking creepy ass hug box where you genuinely think that, like, oh, well, everyone I know on the internet fucking despises this guy, so he must suck. But that's not enough to actually throw someone in jail, dumbass. That's not how this fucking works. Stupid. Yeah, Epstein affiliate Donald Trump. Oh, you banned him already before he could respond.
Schools in Iran are saying Hassan is a criminal for delivering the ramen noodles. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. We live in hell, and everybody needs to be crystal clear on where they stand on this. And if you're not, sorry, you're not one of the good guys.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor.
All right, let's watch the breaking points. By the way, we got motherfucking Stavi Baby in the building. He's coming up in a second. Okay. Stavi Baby in the motherfucking building. You said earlier that you were fun about the people at PBS. You said you were only accountable to us, yet you have not gained. Can you please explain your anti-gamer stance? Oh my fucking God. Subscribe now! Show Stavi the Ashley St. Clair TikTok. Oh, dude, yeah.
Digital has what they're claiming is a scoop that hits a little bit close to home here for us. We can put this up on the screen. They are claiming that Hasan Piker, who they described as Marxist political influencer, and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin have been subpoenaed as part of a wider investigation into whether U.S. organizations and leaders violated U.S. laws and sanctions in supporting Cuba's communist regime. Again, this is according to Fox News Digital. They also published some like paparazzi-style photos of Hasan like walking his dog for some reason. In any case, what they point to here is allegations that they stayed at a banned or sanctioned hotel that Americans are not allowed to stay at. But we happen to know, because our own Ryan Graham was also on that trip, that is not remotely the case. So joining us now to talk about all of this is, of course, Ryan Graham. Great to see you, Ryan.
Good to see you, Ryan. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good, man.
Have you been subpoenaed?
I have not been subpoenaed.
But Hasan and Medea Benjamin have actually also not been subpoenaed here. So what are we thinking about this this news?
Right. Yeah, I talked to both of them. Neither has been subpoenaed. And so the Fox News report is just factually incorrect. Like, if you're going to subpoena somebody, you subpoena them.
Right, so you have not been served by the federal government. They have not been served by the federal government. Hasan reacted to this, Ryan, saying it's bullshit. And then actually they didn't stay. You guys didn't stay in the wrong hotel. Let's take a listen. We'll get your reaction.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great. The news is not great. Okay. I mean, it's bullshit. We didn't actually stay at the wrong hotel. That was just something that people made up on Twitter, except for an American citizen who recently did violate OFAC and stayed at a hotel that America does not allow American citizens to stay in. It wasn't me, though. It was Nick Shirley. Literally, the hotel that Nick Shirley was in was actually on the state sponsor of terrorism list. Okay?
Okay, so Ryan, the basis, as I understand, God, I never thought I'd know so much about Cuban hotels, is you guys stayed in the hotel, which is allowed.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Nick Shirley stayed in a luxury hotel, quote unquote, which is under OFAC sanction. OFAC being
Not
the
just
Office
that.
of Foreign Asset Control.
It's a famous, I forget exactly what hotel he stayed in, but it's famously sanctioned.
Okay, famously sanctioned.
It's like a very
Yeah.
well-known Cuban government-owned hotel.
Okay.
Except,
has been
once
around.
again, I want to clarify something here. I have no issue with this, okay? I think it's good. I want you to understand. I think it's good that Nick Shirley stayed at that hotel. Great, okay? I think it's unbelievably stupid that there is any kind of restriction of this sort to begin with, okay? I find it unconscionable. I find it shocking. I find it ridiculous. Hold on. But also, I look, not only do I think these restrictions are idiotic, arbitrary, immoral, something you have to remember is that I'm literally a dual citizen. As a Turkish citizen, like, there's no restrictions as a Turkish citizen to do whatever the fuck you want to do in Cuba. There's no restrictions as a Cuban citizen to do whatever the fuck you want to do in Cuba, right? The Trump administration is branding dissenters as domestic terrorists, communist Marxists in order to justify the targeting, persecution, and violation of their rights. But this is in the 1950s. We won't fall for the Red Scare tactics. We are fighting back against their authoritarian imperialistic agenda. Oh, shit. Let's go. Illinois 3rd, Congresswoman Delia C. Ramirez coming out to defend me. Let's go. Okay. Damn, we got... If you're a Fox viewer, isn't a government telling you where you can and can't spend your freedom dollars communist coded? Yeah. No, literally. It's true. It's true. It's fucking so stupid. It's like un-American. It's un-American to the max. So yeah, I don't believe that these are like valid restrictions. I think these restrictions should be opposed. I think these restrictions should not exist in a normal functioning world. I don't think they would, and they certainly don't for all of these other countries, right? And if there was like a normal negotiations process between the Trump administration and the Cuban government, they probably would take away these unnecessary restrictions. But yeah, that's what's fucking going on right now. Anyway.
Around for many decades and is quite explicitly listed.
What is this? I'm in an Uber on the way to dinner and the driver is currently listening to, wait, what? 77 WABC, and the way they're portraying it makes absolutely no sense. He supposedly went to Cuba on a humanitarian mission, yet when he gets there, he's bashing America and the Trump administration. Like, you mean using his free speech? Shut the hell up, man. I'm sorry. Wait, they're talking about me on fucking radio and shit? What the hell is going on, dude? Oh, my Lord. Okay.
As one you cannot stay in.
Cannot stay there.
And so Shirley, from his room at this hotel, put out the broadcast about how he was staying there.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I don't agree with these rules. I think they're silly.
I think it's called Hotel Nacional de Cuba.
Yes, it's like
literally like the government hotel of Cuba. Yeah.
Wait, Hotel Nacional is seriously the name.
Yeah, that's why it was so obvious to everybody. Like, oh my god, dude, I don't even have to check the list. Like this one's absolutely.
Nick, if we were working with an 80 IQ, we might have put 2 and 2 together.
But I mean, there's no risk to him. Yeah, he's not going to be subpoenaed. There's not going to be any problem for him.
What's the statute of limitations?
Oh, good point. Sure. Good point.
That's
if it's more than 3 years.
President Plattner, I need you to look into this.
Okay, so Ryan.
So we stayed, and I can even tell you, it's called the.
What hotel did you stay at?
Iberostar Marquez de la Torre.
Okay.
So go ahead, look it up. Look it up.
All right.
Go ahead.
And so where did this come from, do you think?
There was somebody who tweeted that we stayed at a different hotel than we did stay at. And that tweet went viral, and we didn't have much internet connection. So there wasn't nobody was responding to it. So for 2 days or so, this tweet went viral saying that Hasan and this convoy stayed at this illegal sanctioned hotel. And so therefore they're breaking sanctions and it's criminal. And then when we got back, we're like, actually, no, because it became this big thing. Like, you stayed at a 5-star hotel. And we're like, well, the reason we stayed there is because there's a very small list of legal hotels that you can stay at that can handle several hundred people in a group. And this is one of them. That's why we stayed there. So we talked about that a lot.
I remember you, I think, went on with Piers Morgan and explained all of this. Like, here's the reason we stayed in this hotel, because you're only allowed, which is not a policy we agree with, but you're only allowed to stay in these certain hotels. So we wanted to abide by the policy, and that's what we did.
Right. I think this one is like managed by a Spanish company or something. Okay. So that makes it legal, because then you're not giving money
So
to the
the
Cuban
other
government.
accusation was that you were funded by the Cubans to go there.
Well, that's like completely preposterous.
Well, go into it because it matters. Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't withstand any scrutiny at all. They did not. The second charge is that this American citizen who now lives in China, Roy Singham, who funds a bunch of like left-wing causes, that he funded it. It is true that he funds Code Pink, or he has funded Code Pink in the past.
Okay.
Everybody who went on this trip, though, had to pay. Like, so I paid, Sam paid.
Right.
Like, you pay for the flight and the hotel.
Right.
And the food. So
there's no violation here.
there's no
Because I can go to Cuba, can I? If I want to.
You can go. You can go to Cuba.
Anybody can go to Cuba.
And there are now under Obama, anybody could go.
Right.
Biden and Trump moved it back to you have to have these various exceptions.
Sure.
One of them is journalism, and it's not even close whether or not I was allowed to go on this.
Yeah,
I would,
of course,
I would argue Hasan too.
Well, Hasan made an entire documentary about history.
Yeah, he did journalism.
Yeah.
And he's paid you, and you can't be a fake journalist. You have to have a demonstrated career of doing freelance or regular journalism. And Hasan obviously.
Who decides that? The government, the U.S. government, or the Cuban government?
It's just if you get challenged, you'd have to be like, here, I'm not a fake.
I don't even accept that. That's bullshit.
But it is bullshit. But then the other one is a humanitarian aid for the benefit of the Cuban people. Like that is one of the exceptions.
Yeah, we're like doubly protected. Like specifically someone like myself is doubly protected because I have a journalism visa, right? which, by the way, requires coordination or at least like communication with the Cuban government, obviously, as well, the Cuban embassy specifically. Like, we literally put down all of the equipment that we were fucking bringing in to the country, like down to the cameras and all that stuff. And none of it, notice how they're not clipping Ryan Grimm talking about this and be like, he's leaking secrets. Because there's no drama to be had over there, right? That's the whole point. But if you go on fucking Twitter right now, you see an entirely different alternative universe that they're existing in, where they're just like hallucinating things that are not happening. Where they point to things that are normal, things that are legal, and assume that it's illegal just because they hallucinated that they're illegal, and going, oh, it's over. This guy's done. This guy's fucking done, son. It's Jover for this motherfucker.
Allows travel. The plane that we went on had tons of aid that was organized by a group that this is what they do. They work with OFAC, they collect aid, and they deliver it to, an OFAC is like the sanctions list, and they deliver it to groups on the island that are cleared by OFAC to be able to receive the aid. So people going on that mission have gotten approval ahead of time. Like it's not something, they're not winging it like Nick Shirley.
Right. So
Like,
Medea Benjamin would presumably fall easily
She
under
goes
that.
multiple times a year probably to Cuba, like in bringing aid there. Like it's one of the things. It's like if you ever notice she's not in Congress yelling at people, she's probably in Cuba like delivering aid.
Yeah.
And she's been doing this for decades. And so they know what the laws are. And so they got it.
So what do you make of this? Is this like, okay, they're moving forward with NSPM 7, they're trying to crack down on any left-wing groups, journalists, anyone aligned with the left? Is this Fox News Digital just being led down some rabbit hole and it's not serious? Like, how seriously are you taking this? And it says in the article, oh, they're looking at some 40 other people who were on this trip for potential, criminal sanctions as well. So it definitely touches on you directly. How seriously are you taking them?
I mean, it's the most powerful government in the world, probably. So you got to take their threats seriously. I think it's an attempt to chill dissent against war with Cuba. Like I think that is because I think Trump very clearly and Rubio definitely, they want to go to war. They want to do some type of Venezuela style military action. I think they're also being led down a rabbit hole because the Fox News report said that investigators had information that they stayed at an illegal hotel. And it's like, oh my God.
Investigators, some random person on Twitter.
Well, wait, Ryan, why don't you sue them for defamation?
Well, they didn't mention me.
Okay, well, why doesn't Hassan sue them for defamation? Or anybody mentioned inside of it? That's blatantly false.
He could.
The evidence is clear.
Right, and also
it actually would be malicious intent.
Right, because it's a specific, the way that malice can work, it's a specific claim. They have been subpoenaed.
Right.
So you can check that fact. Hey, Medea, hey, Hassan, have you been subpoenaed? No, I have not. Like, it's a black and white question. I have not. Should they be subpoenaed? Should they not? Like, that's a separate judgment question. Have they been subpoeted? No.
I wonder, did Fox News Digital reach out to them?
I think they're trying to get you to use the R word. That's the R word. What, Republican? Do it, Hassan? No, I'm not going to fucking do this shit.
For comment before running with this?
Question that's important.
Guys, of course I'm going to be speaking to a lawyer. I just haven't been home, and I haven't even fucking received a subpoena. What do you want me to do? Like, yes, I will do all of those things, okay? Stop backseating my motherfucking life. Anyway, hold on.
They
Stavros
probably did, but the fact that it's incorrect, and I doubt they've updated it. So now they know that it's not true.
Right.
And if they haven't updated their story, they're continuing to publish something false that is obviously quite damaging to, to Medea and Hassan, which would qualify as defamation.
I'm looking at this right here, March 23rd, 2026. So exactly 2 months ago, New York Times, Mr. Piker and other activists stayed at the Ibrostar Marquez de la Torre in Havana. So this is an established record of
that could
fact.
be known.
Yeah, it isn't known. No, we shouldn't go too deep in the woods. But I mean, I do think this type of stuff matters. You can't just be rolling around saying that you violated U.S. sanctions when you obviously didn't, at least from what we see right now, especially when you have an additional person who actually did violate sanctions and nothing is happening. I'm sorry, I can't get over a Hotel Nacional. You didn't put
It's so funny that this motherfucker did violate the exact sanctions that the Fox News digital team thinks we violated when we didn't. It's such a ridiculous story. Like you can't present a story in a funnier manner. It's just unbelievable. The motherfucking American government sends an agent of the state to do propaganda against the Cuban population, and the guy literally violates sanctions in the process of that trip. Nobody gives a shit. This guy grokked you. Almost 1 million followers. What the fuck are you showing me? This guy has 48 likes, bro. Are you all right? Hasan Piker's humanitarian aid trip to Cuba might cost him his freedom. Did you put it on? Stop.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn this. Okay. Stavy baby in the
Hello,
building.
everyone. I just want to say, first and foremost, I'm only here to condemn the actions of Hasan Piker. To the FBI, I had nothing to do with this. Lock him up, as far as I'm concerned.
That's
okay?
crazy.
Okay, I'm here. I don't want to jeopardize my movie career because of my associations with men who I was tricked into leftist politics by Hasan Piker, and I will testify to that, Mr. Patel. I know you're probably waking up from your afternoon nap right now, and I just want you to know, and to the people at Fox News, whatever you guys need, hit my line. I will snitch on Hasan. I will snitch on him.
You'll sing like a canary.
I'll sing like a canary. Whatever it takes to stay free. He did it all, folks. Whatever he's accused of, he did that and more.
Okay, I'm not gonna glaze you off the jump, but how much weight have you lost?
I've lost a little bit of weight.
Bro, how much weight? Bro, you look ridiculous.
Oh, dude.
Even with your masturbation
fucking nerd.
arm.
Look at this fucking dork.
Even with your
Give me your fucking lunch money, dude.
Dude, your arm is broken.
Fucking lunch money, dude. You fucking I'm about to run his pockets.
Wait. I lost the microphone.
He fucking fell. Look at this fucking loser, dude, wearing suits.
You can't be fucking serious right now. Motherfucker, every time.
You swing one way or the other.
Every time you
one
come on
way
the
or the
broadcast.
fucking other,
Every
dude.
time you come on the broadcast, you're like, oh, you dress like, you just like trying to pick up high school students.
You do.
And
you
now-
do.
and now you're like-
you swung way too far the other way, dude.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to fucking be an adult, bro.
Now you look like the kid who had the wheelie backpack in fucking school that wanted to debate
good.
everybody.
Good. You want to know why? Because this shit works, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah.
They put me on Fox News, right? They're like radical, dangerous, Marxist terrorist Hasan Piker is trying to, overthrow the American government. And grandma sit there and watch, and they go, but he's so handsome.
He's such a nice boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How could he be dangerous? He's such a handsome young man.
Yeah.
And it works. So that's why I'm doing it.
And you gotta not get a tan though for that to work.
Yeah,
too.
no, of course.
You gotta stay indoors.
I gotta keep pasty.
You can't.
Yeah, well, if I go to fucking federal prison, don't worry. I'll
He did
get
it.
no sun.
He did it, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I'm just practicing for when they call me on the stand.
Oh God.
Do you think when you go to prison you're gonna get more Muslim?
Yeah, obviously I have to pick a
Because you
side.
can't convert,
I
so you have
pick a
to
side.
just kind of get even more Muslim.
Yeah, because obviously, if I go to prison, I have to either stick with the white nationalists. the Aryan Brotherhood,
that's
or
not
the
gonna work.
Muslims.
You gotta go fucking hardcore to the Muslim
Yeah,
shit, dude.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm
You
gonna
know
go
what'd be
extra
fun?
hard. What?
With your suits, Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You become a black Muslim.
Well, that's also, first of all, that is
Because
like
they dress awesome. The bow ties.
Yeah.
Then I would give you credit if you went bow
Oh, you mean
tie with
Nation
it.
of Islam?
Nation
That's
of
what you-
Islam.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna become a 5%er? Yeah. No,
There's a
that's
lot, dude. This is gonna be good for you, and the important thing is you do not implicate me. Tony by A24 coming out this summer, folks. We're currently in production. The Comeback King, starring Glenn Powell and Stavros Halkias.
Yeah.
The important thing is that none of these ventures are affected by. Again, I was misled, Your Honor. I didn't know he wanted. When he said he wanted, I didn't realize he wanted to give people health care.
Yeah.
And I know that's wrong, and that is fucked up to do.
Yeah.
And I will never, ever, ever, ever advocate for that again. Just please let me keep being in movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Everything I learned about Israel, I learned from him. Okay.
Whoa, easy with the I word.
Yeah. Everything I've learned about Israel, I learned from this guy. He put me on
Disavow.
game.
I disavow.
He put me on game. He told me everything. He's the one who told me to go to Cuba. and he said, "Here's a slip of Cuban pesos." I don't even know where he got the Cuban pesos
I
from.
handed you. I was like, meet my friend Juan.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, and that's where I got the talking points from him. You know what's crazy? For the past couple of days, like, first of all,
yes,
they leaked the story. The Treasury, I guess, leaked the story to Fox News. I find out from a fucking Fox News journalist hitting me up to be like, "You have a subpoena from the federal government," and I'm, my asshole's puckering a little bit.
Of course.
I'm like, the fuck is this?
They're like, they find the hard drives finally?
Oh my god. Yeah, the hard drives full of communism. Okay, but yeah, he's got the tefillin on. Yeah, you're. That's true.
Oh shit! Are these like? Do they get these?
No. Tefillin is the Jewish thing that you wrap your arm around, and it's got like a little box on it too.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm a super soldier.
Yeah, he's leaning fully. Into it.
We pray for a speedy recovery, Mr. Netanyahu.
Wait, what happened? Is he?
I think this is
I saw a tweet from like leading report or something. It was like Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly in the hospital, but I never believed that.
I'm just
shit.
in general wishing him good health, man. He's just
Me
a good.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. You know, I've been thinking quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been thinking. All this stuff's got a little out of control.
Yeah.
Look, we were just guys on the internet. We didn't know how dangerous the socialism stuff was, guys.
I was thinking,
but I want to say, if you think it's too late for Hasan and you need to make an example of him, that's fine. Everybody else, though, everybody else should get a pass.
Yeah.
Everybody else who ever dabbled with socialism should get a pass.
What I was thinking is, why stop at one ballroom? Let's do 2 ballrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's
I
true.
really,
One just for the fellas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't want in your ballroom, you and your boys, and then all these dumb bitches with makeup start
no
ruining
broads.
a good time.
No broads.
No broads. Just Mr. Trump, you can watch Jackson Dart, he'll dance for you. We'll just get a bunch of hot guys in a ballroom just for you, President Trump.
Dude, what the fuck was that, by the way? Like, dude, athletes are so dumb. I'm sorry.
I know.
They have no understanding. Like, when I see them, like, hang out with Aiden Ross, I'm like, why would you do this for your career?
Well, because they're dumb little kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, this, and look, whatever. An athlete is fucking conservative. Wow. A white guy who went to Ole Miss loves Trump. Big fucking shocker. It's just so stupid on his part where it's like, even Fernando Mendoza turned it down. And speaking of Cuba, he's a white Cuban. That's like the most racist a guy could get. The most conservative the most Republican a guy can get is white Cuban.
Yeah.
And even he knew not to fucking, he was like, oh, I can't do it. But Jackson Dart's, he's a fucking dumbass with a mullet. Of course he's going to say Trump's the man.
But it's just like, doing it maybe like a year ago is fine.
Totally.
But doing it at the peak of his unpopularity is fucking crazy to me, where I'm like, dog, you're getting nothing out of this.
No, but he just thinks he's the man.
Yeah, and people will forever bring this up and hold you to account. They'll
Especially
be like,
New York. You're in New York.
You remember when you went up and defended the Epstein affiliate pedophile president, which I don't believe.
But he didn't do.
Yeah.
It's nothing about Mr. Trump's behavior in the past suggests he would ever be even sort of a pedophile.
Yes.
Not being friends. He's never been friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He didn't host pageants for little ass kids.
Yeah.
And he never was weird about his daughter in a weird way.
Talking about how he wants to fuck his daughter. He never said that.
He never said shit like that.
And if he did, it was good. And we should all say it. About
this is good. The subpoena's working.
Yeah, the
subpoena's having its intended effect.
But it's funny because, like, again, all of this stuff is in the air, right? Like, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, the Twitter sphere has decided, like, that it is real. Like, if you look at Twitter, I got a fucking federal case. I'm already in prison.
Yeah.
And I'm leaking state secrets. I'm leaking secrets. And on the one hand, they're like, oh, why is he snitching? He's so fucking dumb. And on the other hand, they're like, typical commie. Of course he would snitch. And
who are you even supposed to be snitching on?
No, I literally brought up like what the government's been trying to do about like a broader case that they've been for years pursuing against this guy Neville Roy Singham. He's a really interesting guy. He's an activist, right? He's an American. He's like a centimillionaire, almost a billionaire, and he just like fucked off and moved to China and living the best life.
Yeah.
Right? And they are trying to make him into like George Soros. They're trying to be like, oh, he's the other George Soros.
Yeah.
And I think they're just trying to, and they're make this seem like I'm snitching. It's on a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
So like, What's really funny, Stavi, your subpoena's in the mail, buddy. Oh, you're fucked.
La 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 la. That's what I'm doing as soon as I get the subpoena.
Hasan Piker names pro-CCP tycoon Singham as financier of political movements despite non-profit veneer. It is a fucking not like.
First of all, shut the fuck up. What is the Koch brothers if not their whole shit was a non-profit veneer?
Yeah, but
that's how this shit fucking works.
Also, but what I find really funny about the broader thing that they're trying to do here is to try and make this into like China is doing Israel stuff on American soil, which is hilarious.
I know, it's like we have the people doing it are so clear.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to invent. Also, China can just sit back and let us do our thing, bro.
Which is what they're doing. Which is what they've been doing. I'm like, I was gonna joke and say, please, China, but I can't even joke about that anymore because fucking jokes are illegal. Comedy is illegal. It's never been more illegal than it is now.
Well, I disagree. I think it's very illegal. I don't know if you've been on X recently, a great platform where comedy is very legal.
It thrives. Everyone, dude, I can't fucking deal with AI speak, dude. I see it so much. The juxtaposed sentences where it's like, this is not just comedy. It's real life.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, I haven't
fucking
seen that shit.
hate that shit.
The AI
so
voice
much.
is fucking brutal.
AI voice is so goddamn annoying. Where it's like, it's so clear that the dipshit Stu Smith that they pay at the Manhattan Institute to like fucking cyber stalk my entire stream has also been using AI voice in his like summarization.
That's so pathetic,
and it makes me so angry.
To the guy, whoever the fuck's job journalistically is to cover this bullshit, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
No.
You've let this fuck. And here's the thing that's pissing me off: how important they've made your dumb ass. You're dumb. You're a piece of shit. You shouldn't. No one on the news should know about you. You should. If you had slightly worse bone structure, you'd be making $40,000 a year on Kick right now. But because of the way things fucking went,
I'd be the woke Chud the Builder. I'd be walking up to Republicans and calling them Nazis.
Yeah, that's good.
Which
woke
is
Chud the
now
Builder's not
in
bad.
my new worldview. Of course, Nazi is the real N-word.
That's
N-word
the only N-word that we shouldn't say anymore.
Yeah,
haven't they suffered enough?
Yeah, it's really fucked up. History's not been kind to them.
Yeah. I just started paying attention. I don't know what they did before, but in the last few years, people seem to be really rude to these Nazi type guys.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Also, I wanted to show you here additional proof as to why I deserve everything that's coming for me.
Please.
Chatters want you to see this. This is Elon Musk's baby mama who's sitting on that chair that you were sitting at a couple days prior. Ashley St. Clair didn't get to it because I brought up...
No journalistic integrity whatsoever.
No, but I did.
No journalistic integrity.
I did burst subject. I asked her straight up to her face, I said, did Elon Musk mail you his cum in a napkin?
Yeah.
Which is like the first way to broach the subject. And
that's you lightly opening up the discussion?
Yes. And then after that, I was like, look, because I thought I was being kind. I was like, which is worse? He mailed the cum to you or you fucked him?
Yeah.
And I did present that, and she didn't like that either.
Well, you gotta push back, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on with these suits? If you want to fucking dress like this, you gotta fucking be a real if you want to be Geraldo Rivera, dude, you gotta be Geraldo and ask the tough questions.
Yeah, this is true.
The only good journalist I can think of.
Yeah.
I need to know what does his penis look like? How hard? He probably can't get hard.
Like not fully hard. He's on too much ketamine.
He probably has some kind of pump on his dick. If I had to guess, he's probably got a cock pump.
Yeah.
And this is all stuff I would have gotten to the fucking bottom of, folks. And when Hasan's in prison and I am the #1 political streamer, this is the kind of streams I'm going to give you guys.
Yeah.
I'm only about that.
Yeah, once I'm gone. But you have a Hollywood.
You're right.
Hollywood
You're right.
Is. You don't
Actually,
have to do
what
this
am I even
bullshit.
doing, dude?
You don't have to do this fucking bullshit.
The fact that I lowered myself to be on this internet stream, the words taste bad even coming out of my mouth.
I got the Patrick Bet David Valuetainment team sitting in the cup chair for this.
Oh shit. PBD covered this shit, bro.
Look at his face. He's like, "Whoa, okay, let's pull this up."
Older video or newer video? I don't know how new.
Unfortunately, this is newer.
Stop.
Unfortunately, these guys are sad.
Oh,
this is
what
so
are you
fucking
doing?
funny.
I don't think you should disrespect Elon Musk. He's
What
a
is
brilliant
what
mind.
is this fucking guy's deal? I can't tell what the fuck it is.
He's the best. I love him so
Every
much.
clip is like every time I randomly see him pop up. I mean, obviously he seems to be weirdly conservative, obviously, but it's just like, what is his
Well, he's
vibe?
Florida. He's Florida. Through and through.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, where's he
Patrick
from?
Bet
Where's he,
David-
Persian?
Yes, you nailed it.
He
Wow.
looks Persian,
He's
yeah.
not Israeli, contrary to Patrick Bet David being his name. He is, I think, Assyrian and Armenian of Iranian descent.
Assyrian.
Yeah.
They love that. Assyrians love claiming that shit. That's a fucking... Anyway, whatever.
I can't get into it. And you should definitely... You're Greek. They're your brothers.
They
your
claim
brothers.
to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
Assyrians are your fucking brothers in
No.
withstanding
Everyone's trying to-
unjustifiable Turkish violence.
Everyone's trying to copy off Greek people by keeping the same...
beef?
By being ancient and the same. These motherfuckers... You're Iraqi. That's what the fuck Assyrian is.
Damn.
Right?
I
Isn't
don't
that
know.
from? Isn't
I
that
don't
where
know.
it's from?
I don't
That's
know. I
every
thought
time,
it was from Syria.
Every time, no. You think?
Why
you
is
think
it a
they were just
different
saying
name?
Assyrian?
Why is it a different
That shit's,
name?
it's like when Albanians will tell you they're Illyrian. It's like you're fucking Albanian, bro.
Or Lebanese people say Phoenician.
Yeah, shit. Exactly. It's that
No,
same bullshit.
no,
Only
brother,
we're allowed to claim our fucking
Yeah,
antiquity.
I'm Phoenician, brother. You don't understand. I'm
Yeah,
not
get the
like
fuck outta
I'm
here.
not like the dirty Muslim.
yeah, that's
Lebanese.
always what it is. It's
Yeah.
always guys from the Middle East who are like, well, I'm not fucking Muslim.
Oh shit, Iraq and Syria. Turns out.
Okay, we
yeah,
were
I
both
mean, you're
right.
not wrong. Okay, all right. But yeah, let's see what I'm a numbers guy had to say about this. Okay?
Is he a numbers guy?
Play it. What is this
he
about?
always says, I'm a numbers guy. Let's grok it. Let's chat GPT it. Dude, that's my favorite genre of commentary people that just sit there and go, all right, let's ask Grok what
It's
this
crazy,
is.
dude.
It's like, bro, you're an adult.
How quickly?
You've scammed people successfully. Like,
Yeah.
you ran a fucking successful multi-level marketing operation.
Oh, really? He's an
And-
MLM guy?
Yeah, of course he's an
What was he
MLM
selling?
guy.
Like real estate? Like
I don't even fucking know.
I bet you seminars of some kind, right?
Yeah, well, he
Must
still
have
does
been.
the seminars. I think it's like for 1 hour with Patrick Bet David, it's a $50,000.
That's awesome.
All right,
worth every fucking penny.
But it's
what are they
like-
mad about? They're mad that you were hanging out with what's her face?
Ashley St. Clair.
But
is
she's dumb though, right? Like she was a grifter who fucked Elon Musk.
I mean,
like
or brilliant.
I mean, I guess that's true. As a finesse lord,
she put that shit to work. Yeah.
As a finesse lord,
She's giving him. You got me a hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what is
Down
she up
here.
to?
I think this is what she's
Are they
up to.
together now?
God,
They're an item.
That's
gonna be.
It's like a turned.
So she's basically
She's
like
woke now.
She's basically like doing Tucker's thing, but with by
Oh
being
no,
a
but
hot
she's
girl.
going the distance. She's going the distance. Like Tucker's still for like every, Israel is actually kind of woke and gay. What's going on?
Yeah.
For every like 3 videos on that, he'll always have like some ancient like 87-year-old racist to be like, and white people are being genocided in America.
Right. But still, dude, you got to like. That's how fucked we are. Is that Tucker just kind of dipping his toes into, like, that's the scariest shit of all time. Is when a Republican just decides to say, give them health care, but let us lock up whoever we want. That's gonna work unless the fucking Democrats.
Bro, that's what Trump did in 2016 when he was like, I transgender people, I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe that like you can be such a heterodox thinker.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was, and it fucking.
But anyway,
worked.
this woman, I would be shocked if she's not playing an angle, right? You think she in her soul thinks
Who knows?
I suspect. I want to believe that.
You want to believe?
I want to believe
Wow.
that she's woke. I want to believe.
You're pathetic. This is how you're gonna end up in jail, bro. She's gonna be like, so tell me, Hassan, about all that cool stuff you were doing in Cuba. She's gonna have the fucking. She's gonna have the wire in her pussy.
Yeah. Bro, that's so funny. That's what people were reclaiming because the subpoena came right after. The subpoena came right after she was here.
Hey, talk into my pussy about what kind of illegal stuff you did in Cuba.
Oh my God, it's crazy. I disavow this.
This is gonna be.
I think she's changed.
I hope so, and it is funny that she's talking shit about Elon, of course.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
mean, I'm gonna.
You ready?
obviously
Of
do
course.
Is he
Are you
straight
ready,
though?
chat?
And she's a piece of ass.
Oh, no.
I've never even
I'm
seen
not
her
even gonna
until
see
now.
it first. Chat's gonna see it before I do.
I'm not gonna
I've been sent by Benjamin Netanyahu to get his Twitter.
This
is fucking hilarious.
What is the? I still don't get the shit.
God.
Help me understand what this means.
Yeah, Adam, what does that even mean?
I forgot he was in here. He doesn't know what it means. Help me understand what this means. Is Elon being disrespected by a woman he has a child with? It just doesn't make sense.
What's going on here? Let's
Oh
check.
my
Let's
God.
grok it.
Let's grok it. And then Grok just makes child porn. Just does animate child porn. Was this what you wanted, Mr. Bet David?
Yeah. No, not on camera.
No.
You're asking me. I'm not.
Rob, what
I'm
if
not
you
the
actually-
stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up. So it's
wow.
Clearly, it's in reference to whatever
Elon
beef
Musk?
she's going on with Elon and
Yeah.
a lot of stepdaddy.
Why are
So
they
these guys
so
love
mad
Elon?
for another?
They love Elon, huh?
Dude, imagine.
That's so pathetic.
You can't dick eat this hard.
It's crazy. I know.
It's shameless. They're angry on behalf of Elon Musk.
Well, it's the. Also, they have what do they have? They have hats in the background.
Yeah, no, that's cool. They're hype.
They're trying to
Those
be
are all
cool.
the ugly ass PBD merch. That's what it is.
He has that much merch.
Dude, he has so much merch.
Damn, I kind
own
of
all
need
of
some.
them.
I kind of need some.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what
Daddy
else.
issues type thing. I wish
daddy
Ashley
issues.
nothing but the best, but this is not the.
Well,
the
how
type
you
of
can wish
person
her all
you
the
wanna be
best, but if she
associated
hasn't changed, is just like, what have you become? I remember
What
she
have
used to
you
be
become?
on like podcasts and talking. Now
She's
you're
just become
What does it say?
anti-man.
Angry
That's all it is.
patriot?
No, she's anti that, and like you wanted to, like hooking up with Elon just to have a baby and thinking you're going to get a certain amount of money, and then you're not getting what you want, and you sell your. It's like.
Is she not getting paid though? Isn't
No,
Elon
she's
paying
getting
her?
paid. She's getting paid. The kid's getting.
Imagine not
she
paying
turned
a
down
fuck.
a big-
not
Your
paying
baby
for a
mama
kid.
when you're the wealthiest person.
When you have so much
no,
money
I think
for
there is
nothing.
child support for sure, but like outside of that, outside of the child support, there's also what do you call it? I think she brought up the fact that Elon Musk actually tried to pay her off with an NDA to give her 40 mil, and she said no.
Respect.
Which again,
I will give her respect for that, because honestly, you should take the lump sum and fucking retire.
yeah, no,
But
get the fuck out
good
of
for
Get
her.
the fuck out of Dodge.
Good for her. She wants to. She probably also likes the attention of getting to shit on him, which, whatever it takes. Embarrassing Elon stories are so fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, I know. It actually had an unfortunate consequence for my favorite Twitter poster, Ian Miles Chong, another one of Elon's perennial dick riders. He made the mistake.
I thought that guy died or something.
No, that was just wishful thinking.
To be fair, I'm not on Twitter anymore. I don't really get on here.
So Elon Miles Chong, who might have to change his name after this just to get this back. Elon Musk is no longer following Ian Miles because he posted, Ashley St. Clair is now trying to smash Hasan Piker, third baby on the way, I guess.
Oh,
and Elon got so mad, he unfollowed him.
How the fuck? Wait a second. Elon Musk tracks that kind of shit? That's crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He unfollowed him? That's so pathetic.
It's so
Dude, what the fuck
funny.
is the point of having that much money? These guys suck so much dick, it's
I know.
crazy.
Well,
Just go fucking, go to a,
Island,
but everyone's of age.
Not on some Epstein
Everyone's
shit.
of age.
Not on some Epstein shit.
Go to a MILF Island.
Yeah,
I've pitched this before.
You
If
could
I have
get
$1
your-
million, you're catching me on MILF Island.
Dude, you could get
all right?
your
That's
dick-
all I'm doing.
You could get your dick sucked sideways.
It'd be great.
Literally all the time.
Have pina coladas all fucking day. You could create anything you wanted. It could be awesome.
He literally could do that. He could genuinely do that.
It's pathetic. Go have an awesome time, but these guys don't know how to. They don't actually ever feel good. They don't know what feeling good is. They just know fucking winning and competing and thinking of happiness is a zero-sum game they have to take from other people. Not me. I get that much money. I'm creating happiness.
One of the questions I asked her was does Elon Musk want to be loved by so many people? Because he strikes me as the kind of guy who's very desperate for approval from people that don't respect him.
It's such clear, rich, strict dad bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the most hack. Even his pathologies are hack.
Yeah.
It's look at me, papa, and it is that shit of wanting to be funny.
Oh, this was awesome. Did you see the top minds of our administration?
I
are
haven't.
At work. Okay,
I've been kind of busy. I broke my arm.
shit's-
I'm working on a movie right now, so I'm not really keeping up with all
big
this
deal.
stuff.
Just regular famous guy shit.
Yeah, just regular actor
Hollywood
stuff.
Halkias. Okay, well, take a look at. Yeah, I think we're getting botted right now. Holy shit, we have 61,000 viewers.
What is that? Getting botted
Normally
by
we're
who?
at 36. So someone is view botting the stream.
Oh, okay. To what? To get you kicked off or something?
Yeah, to try to get me fucking in trouble. But I don't think that's how this works.
I don't really give a fuck if you get kicked off. Again, I disavow Mr. Piker.
Yeah.
Again, I'm only here to clear my good name before any internet rumors start with this when this investigation gets underway.
Yeah,
fully.
Stavros paid for the bots with the Cuban pesos that he got from the Cuban government because he wanted my reach to be as expansive as possible. I'm leaking it. Okay? Yeah, do you condemn Hamas Piker?
Fully and in the strongest ways possible.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at what RFK Jr. and Trump were up to today.
Yeah, there's also there's many other confirmation studies. There's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism.
Well, this checks out to me. Which one of us is uncirced and which one's circed?
Well,
who's the autistic one here? Who's a proud hooded warrior that has high EQ, knows, understands emotions?
Why did you hit the autism?
Just to stunt on you that I can even take your mannerisms and breathe more life into them.
That's crazy.
And who's now is dressing like the fucking, as soon as he gets in trouble, he starts dressing like an SGA president. That's autistic behavior. He switched right from fucking anime t-shirts to a fucking suit when he's in trouble.
Yeah.
If he's not autistic and clipped and I'm fucking uncirced and the fucking man, I don't know what to tell you guys.
It's proof in the pudding. Why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me so hard where it hurts, dude? You're reminding me of what was taken from me.
Listen, the broken clock is right twice, and they're absolutely on board with not circumcising children.
None of this is positive, but all of it is stuff that we should be paying attention to.
And that makes sense.
Wait, we got to hear what Trump has to say. It's really funny.
But, there's a tremendous amount of proof or evidence, I would say, as a non-doctor, but I've studied this a long time ago.
The president of the United States of America saying, I've studied
I've studied circumcision and autism for a long time.
This is
just on his own time.
My area of interest.
In between apprentice tapings, he's just kind of cracking up
he's just opening
a medical journal.
Yeah. Wow, another study. Another study. Wow.
Trump's definitely clipped, right? He has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was at the time. He's probably of the generation that started making it like a.
It's always people that have been robbed that are the ones who are, the most invested in this. Myself included, of course. That's why I'm an intactivist. Wait, more RFK video. RFK Jr. snatches up 2 black racer snakes off of Dr. Oz's patio in bonkers video.
Oh,
dude,
wow.
What the fuck? Honey.
No. That's fucking awesome, actually. That's fucking cool. They're biting me. Honestly,
is he
respect.
immune?
That's
He's
pretty fucking sick.
immune.
Yeah, all the peptides in that motherfucker's body, dude. Motherfucker's more preservative than man at this point.
When you see this, though, when you watch this unfold, that's how you understand why Olivia Newsday was like, I want to fuck this man.
Dude, honestly, yeah. Somebody grabbing snakes, there's a primal thing to that where I would probably let him hit.
Let him
in that moment, I was impressed.
He cracked your shit.
I wouldn't let him crack my shit, but I would let him buy me a drink after I see him grab it. And then listen, the ball's in his court from there. But that does get him in the door, I must admit that. I won't let him crack immediately.
They were having sex?
Respect. They're black snakes. Oh, fuck. Wait, are those like poisonous?
Why is he dangling it in front of Cheryl Hines' face? You can, Cheryl.
That is probably their dynamic.
Yeah. How do you like this, Cheryl? It's so crazy that Cheryl Hines is like married to RFK Jr. and is going on the side quest with RFK Jr. on all this shit.
I know, that's not what you were thinking, right? Like when you're Cheryl, you're like, well, I'm marrying into the Kennedys. It's like classy for me to retire as a Kennedy, and then it's like you get into this fucking bullshit. This motherfucker's just got pink ass testosterone skin. One thing I love about the Maha movement is that their biggest win has been something a very fat person would want. Which is, it seems like all they've accomplished is make fast food taste better.
Yeah.
Like, I love that beef tallow fries. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Give me beef tallow fries. Give me real sugar.
Real sugar soda.
But you still get fat as shit. Like, that's literally the thing. That would have been what I started. That would have been my first day in office. I would have been like, beef tallow fries.
Yeah.
Just because I love the taste of shit.
It's awesome. They've done.
That's the only thing they've been able to fucking get done.
They've done nothing to make Americans healthy.
No.
Like if he were like, I'll be honest. If he were to be like, everyone gets a GLP-1, everyone gets like whatever peptides you want, retatrutide specifically, I would really like for the Eli Lilly clinical trials to finish.
What's that about?
Retatrutide is basically like Ozempic, but it actually improves your muscle mass. It's literally the perfect. I want it so fucking bad,
body
bro.
dysmorphia ass motherfucker.
I want it so fucking bad. I
You
wanna
live in a
inject
prison.
myself.
You want fucking Retatrutide?
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, I want it.
That's fucking
The
pathetic,
feds are
bro.
knocking. Hold on.
Shit, dude.
There's someone at the door. What if this is when I receive my subpoena?
The sniper gets his ass?
Yeah.
That would be so annoying if I had to be here while Hasan was killed
just
on
two,
stream.
please.
I have to fucking call the police and shit. I want to watch the fucking game, dude. That would ruin my night, dude, if Hasan was murdered right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That would hurt your. That would upset your.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
go fucking. I want to go watch the Timberwolves. I'm sorry. I want to go watch the Spurs fucking Thunder game, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be frowning thinking about you dead. That's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, that would ruin your vibes, and then you would watch what Wembanyama's gonna do to the Knicks too.
Watch yourself. As much I love Victor, this is the Knicks. This is the Knicks year. It's the Knicks year. We're running through everybody.
Can I already talked about this, but I don't think New York deserves it.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
fresh. Bro, you already have Zoran.
Yeah,
You can't be.
You should want this. This will teach people. This is literally how dumb America is. They'll be like, "Whoa, they get a Muslim mayor and they win a championship. We're gonna have fucking Muslims everywhere if the Knicks
you're
win,
not
dude."
wrong.
This is the only thing that gets through to people.
Yeah, they're
if
like
the
the power of
Jets
Sharia.
are good now, forget it, dude. That we're getting Muslim socialists fucking at every Cleveland, every city that hasn't won.
Not
shit.
even. They're gonna do this for like Southern football schools.
Yeah. Oh,
or
the
college.
SEC.
Yeah.
The SEC is going to be praying 6 times a day.
Yeah.
All right, boys, get your prayer mats out.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing
And let's remember where Mecca is.
Yeah, you know how they do the Shia calls where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like when they're hitting themselves, they're gonna be doing that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
lifting weights to
Yeah.
the fucking call to prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome, dude.
We need them Shia boys on our side.
Or it would be really funny if we get Sunni Shia rivalries like Alabama Sunni, fucking Clemson Shia or whatever the fuck.
America's hit with the Islam ray. You're
Dude,
not wrong.
I'm telling you, that's the only thing Americans understand is their sports team's doing good.
Yeah.
So you should want, this would be a big win for socialism and Muslim socialism, which is twice as bad. This would be a big win if the Knicks win.
Okay, true. You sold me on it. But Mao, Wembanyama Mao, my Mao is
He's got time. He's got time. And
Dude,
listen,
he's so sick.
I love him. I really do love him. It's actually been really hard being like, oh, fuck. I immediately...
It would be more rewarding to punish the terrorists of Oklahoma City. To be fair,
true.
Because
yes.
you go after San Antonio. They're a fucking amazing team.
They're on the come up.
Yeah, and they're on the come up. OKC, on the other hand, is basically the Golden State Warriors in the middle of the country.
Yeah,
like they've designed
OKC
a super
sucks
team.
dick.
They designed a super team. They're fucking foul merchants. They're flop merchants.
Stole Seattle's team. Let's not forget. Some fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Some scumbag fucking fracking motherfucker. I don't know if he fracks, but he does energy. Stole Seattle's team. They don't deserve it. That's who doesn't deserve it. I do not think they've paid this sin
he's
off
already
enough.
hot. On top of that, everything else, like he's hot, and he also gets to fucking get all of his calls.
Though. He's fucking Toronto. He does not. Yeah, he is hot, but whatever. He doesn't seem like he's in OKC. How can you really cheat in OKC? you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not listen. If he was in Miami, he's in New York, LA, fine. But
it's true.
Who are you as an NBA player to have to cheat in Oklahoma City? He's probably has to fucking fly. He's probably fly women in from like Dallas and shit like that. While he has a family.
All right. Look, well, this is RFK Jr. Picking up his dinner. Clearly, it's like yum.
Jesus, the mouths are huge.
Sorry, man. Just tending to my media empire.
Wow. As a fan of yours for Oklahoma, I will not stand for this OKC slander. I mean, Oklahoma City deserves a good team. They have
no, they don't. Listen,
they have
the only
bro.
I had to kick. I have like a joke that sort of mentions in the new special, which will be. By the way, if you're in Baltimore, we're doing it 18th and the 19th, and I'm on tour again because I broke my arm. Stavi.biz for tickets. I'm coming to the West Coast, but I have a joke that just kind of mentions trans stuff. And the only place I had to kick someone out for being transphobic was Oklahoma City. Some dumb bitch was like, "No, they're not, no, boo!" And everyone. I mean, okay, she's credit. Everyone around her was like, "Shut up, bitch!" And we tossed her. But I will say it was tough. I was like, I even went to Omaha, and I was like, Omaha's kind of, this downtown's kind of cute. OKC, man.
Dude,
brutal
wait, you
stuff.
didn't see Brick City or whatever, or Bricktown, whatever it's called.
I went to
remember my brother. I visited OKC a lot, and it's very clear that you have like a bunch of fucking petro billionaires that are like desperately trying to make it a
make
thing.
it cool. Gotcha.
And they're like spending so much money on it.
I didn't see any of that. I mean, to be fair, I flew in, and then that was the first night of that leg. But
yeah, they have like whiskey bars. Like I feel like every city. You can speak to this because you travel a lot more than I do. Every American town, no matter how forgotten or how flyover it is, literally looks the same now, I feel like. Where they all have like the microbreweries. They're like doing the hipster shit from like the late 2000s
that's
to the early 2010s.
No, that's true.
Anywhere you go, every fucking city.
These motherfuckers just got Edison bulbs.
Yeah, and it's like
they just got guava.
You got the rustic look.
Yeah.
And the microbrewery hamburger special.
No, that's true. That's why like the place I like are cities that have a unique identity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving OKC enough credit. I just know that it was tough. They had a fucking nice. I mean, the best thing I saw was the fucking what the fuck's that called? The Bass Pro Shop was awesome. I'll give him that.
ADL's posting about me again. Hasan Piker just accused a Jewish member of Congress being Israel first because he refused to condone a Nazi tattoo. Think about that. A Jewish lawmaker opposes Nazi imagery, and Piker's response to question his loyalty and suggests his views are driven by Israel. Piker is weaponizing that congressman is Jewish. First of all, I didn't even know he was Jewish. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
It's crazy.
Piker's, and secondly, no, I said that because this guy, oh my God, bro. This guy, Jake Osterschloss, first of all, is unbelievably pro-Israel.
Yeah.
Secondly, he went on the Sunday shows and literally was like, I will refuse to endorse Graham Plattner, which literally means he doesn't want a Democratic majority in the Senate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't want a Democratic majority in the Senate because you want to make sure that Republicans still control the Senate so we can have a pro-Israel Senate? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, dude, the Democrat, how the fuck can you even put any faith in that party? They're fighting such clear progress, tooth and nail. Even the fucking losers, like, look, obviously I'm busting your balls, but if you're a fucking Democrat who's happy again, does he deserve his life? No, absolutely not. And I know a lot of you motherfuckers wannabe pundits are so jealous of this handsome piece of shit, and I understand that. I'm not jealous. Obviously, I have a much better life. I'm more fulfilled. I'm gonna achieve much more than him. And the stuff I put out will stand the test of time. My shit's not dumb VODs. I have art that you can watch, 50 years from now, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Having said that, if you're happy that the fucking government is subpoenaing people because they went on an aid trip against the fucking country, they're clearly trying to punish just because, I mean, Trump's dick just got hard to be the conqueror of fucking South America all of a sudden.
Yeah.
If you think that's good, you're so fucking brain dead, I can't help you. And it's just like this centrist bullshit is like more and more, I don't know if this, I do sometimes feel like it's a waste of time to fucking even try and vote with Democrats.
No, there's no market for it at all, and they just have decided to give up on like trying to convince voters that it's actually the right way to get like an 85-year-old Israel first Democrat in office.
Yeah.
So they just decided to attack people like myself because I'm like, working to get anti-Israel and pro-Medicare for all candidates that are like DSA backed and shit. And that's their new meta. That's their new method. They've decided, fuck it, we're losing this anyway. We might as well fuck all of the candidates that even win their primaries.
And that's such the selfishness and of every centrist is a fucking idiot, and they just are in it because they want to be famous. So much of fucking politics, I mean, every fucking right-wing pundit is a guy who washed out of fucking Hollywood. And then half the people that even get into it go into that shit for that like the stereotype of Hollywood for ugly people. It's so true of fucking believe nothing centrist fucking Democrats. It's so fucking pathetic.
Dude, look at this. I heard you gave money from some guy living in China currently to some government guys in Cuba. If that's true, you can make video calls from jail with a rented tablet, right? Sometimes even from your cell, long times. So you could still live stream if ISHT goes down.
He's making some good points.
Yeah, no.
He's making some
I
good
like
points.
that he's still.
I heard that about you too, and I think that as well.
He's like so confused about like what the allegations that aren't even fucking happening. He just like made up an allegation and he couldn't even do it. Heads up, you're being viewbotted right now. I know we have 212,000 viewers in the chat.
Oh, Stavi.biz. Let's plug my dates.
Yeah, bro, you're fucking yelling at the void of. You know, you're yelling at the bots right now. That's what you're
Let's
doing.
get the bots to buy some tickets. The bot money spends good too.
Yeah.
If ChatGPT bots are in the chat right now,
FBI,
prompt buy tickets to Stavi.biz. Buy tickets to Stavros Halkias' Dreamboat tour.
I have to say this, by the way, for the FBI, for Cash Patel, who's watching the stream right now, he's actually taking all of the funds and giving it directly to the IRGC so they can procure more Shahed drones. He told me ahead of time.
No.
Yeah,
I would never do that. I'm rooting for America in this just war.
Through cryptocurrency.
I would never do that. I've never even absolutely not. The only crypto I invested is the Trump family's crypto companies.
Oh, that's the honorable crypto. Yeah, me too.
And I just want some crumbs from Barron's table to fall upon me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I disavow Mr. Piker in the strongest ways, and I will be in Arizona on 6/21, San Diego, June 23rd, Los Angeles the 25th.
He's literally going to all of these
San
different
Jose,
places.
California the 26th, Reno on the 27th, Portland, Seattle, Atlantic City on July 4th weekend. America, the country I love and would never jeopardize by going to a clear spy mission in Cuba. And then I'm going to Montclair, Huntington, and then Baltimore for the taping on the 18th and 19th of July. That's right. Well, let's get some plugs in, folks. And of course, Stavi's World. Check it out on YouTube.
I'm going to keep the ADL post up while you're trying to plug your show. He wants anti-Semites to be at his show.
No.
ADL, get his ass.
No, I would never want that.
Oh my God, your Hollywood days are numbered. Oh, so cooked. Oh no.
Yeah. Anyway, let's shut the stream off, and you could just tell me personally about your Cuba trip, Hasan.
Yeah.
Just me.
Speaking to this.
What were you up to, man?
Yeah. I love doing illegal things. Oh man.
Fuck, dude. How long are you in New York?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm out of here, dude. Even though I was gonna go on Charlemagne's show.
Oh, fuck.
But I have to do some Canada interviews in Los Angeles. It's crazy because I'm coming back. I'm coming back to New Jersey for Adam Hamawi. I'm doing a rally with him.
Hell yeah.
Going back to the motherland where I popped out of initially, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
do they have an anchor statue at the hospital outside of the hospital that you were born?
Like, what are you talking about? Dude, that's like the other thing. They're trying to denaturalize me.
They don't want your bitch ass in Turkey either.
Yeah, that's true. I can't even go back to Turkey.
You're gonna be fucking. You're gonna be swimming to Little St. James just because you know nobody lives there.
Yeah.
You know it's empty right now. You're gonna live on Epstein Island. It's the only government that will accept you.
Yeah. I'll escape. I'll make my escape to. I can't even go to Turkey. It's so
Your bitch ass is gonna be rowing a boat back to fucking Cuba.
Yeah. Which is at the precipice of invasion, so I can't even go there. Like, I'm gonna escape to Cuba, and then they're gonna invade, and then arrest me
immediately, dude.
They're gonna be like, dangerous radical terrorist Hasan, escape to Cuba. We have to indict him.
No, don't worry, dude. I'll fucking hide you, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then will you hide me?
I'll hide you, bro. I will.
That's a real question.
I will, dude.
Yeah. How anti-Semitic of me to ask this question, which only American Zionists are allowed to ask in the Upper West Side, the most dangerous place.
It's really scary.
The most dangerous place for pro-Israel people anywhere around
Manhattan.
the world. Yeah, Manhattan. Tehran
That's
for you now, Bubba? Yeah, that's true. we could be going to Tehran, honestly.
It's all right, bro. We'll find a fucking Greek island. We'll
All right,
start
let's
over.
let's see what else they said in the cuck chair. I want to see.
Big
I want to see them work through the motions of trying to comprehend what took place here.
This is my opinion. I could be wrong. I think she turned down a $40-50 million offer that would basically silence her, and amongst other things, you know, basically say that you can't say anything or do anything, and that Elon's not the father. And I think she said, and kudos to her, money can't buy my silence. And then here's the issue. She's now using that freedom of speech to completely just dismantle MAGA and Trump and Elon. Sort of like, and this is my opinion, respect to Ashley, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She's been scorned, and she's in a blaze of glory right now, it would seem, based on what I'm seeing online.
But you know what greed comes in when you don't have God in your life? Look at $500,000 a year, which is
He's so mad. He's so mad on behalf of Elon Musk, the wealthiest guy on the planet.
That guy's so fucking pathetic.
Yeah, he hates me the most. Patrick Bet David won't have me on the fucking stream.
Wow.
He won't have me on the broadcast.
What about a nice marketplace of ideas?
Yeah, dude,
You know?
dude, it's fucked up. I'm his -- fan. I'm his guy. I'm his top guy, bro. It's crazy.
You're like when they say the only fan model.
The country is.
Oh, is that guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
know
this
Hasan
guy.
said, you know, Trump is talking about the border and the illegals are the
this guy
problem.
stinks.
They are the problem. They are. Kerry mentioned one story. There's been
He's
4 this
so-
week. And people
he's
like that
keyed
say,
up,
oh,
too.
it's not really a problem. You say that
He's on the same peptide mix that RFK Jr. is on. That's why he's so
100%.
red.
if it's not happening to you, it is a problem. And by the end of this 4 years, the number's probably going to be 18 million.
State of California. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at this guy.
Look
He used to have a fucking a shirt with a cat and a top hat on it on the TV. Now he's fucking wearing a suit.
Look at how
He's
mad.
so red, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's sinking. By the way, first of all, I don't respect any Nepo baby that thinks Twitch streaming is a job. And I want the audience.
By the way, we found out after this that he tried Twitch streaming.
Of course he did. They all want to be famous so bad it's pathetic. They don't believe anything, dude.
Yeah.
They believe fucking nothing.
Yeah, he's red for an amazing reason.
It just needs to know, this guy, Hasan, has said in the past that
look at his
America
notes.
deserved 9/11. So don't even talk. Don't even open your mouth.
You
don't have no reason to talk.
Vinny,
Just shut up.
I'm a big
Just
fan
do me a
of
favor
you.
and shut up.
I'm a big
Respectfully.
fan of you. And,
Okay,
and
but hold on.
I'm a big fan of you, so I don't want you to. I feel like
You
your
say
heart pressure is
9/11?
going up. You're turning.
You say,
You're turning red, Vinny.
somebody like you shouldn't.
Even Pierce liked it.
Yeah.
There's nothing funnier than when the host of the show's like, okay.
a little bit. You got his ass.
Be on this
Oh, that's the
panel. I'm
same
sorry for my
guy.
language, Pierce. He doesn't belong on your show. That'd be
He doesn't belong.
He said
Yeah,
Pierce,
the Pierce
the country
Morgan show.
Yeah, no, if there's one show that we both belong, it's the Piers Morgan show. I'm sorry to report, brother.
Damn.
We're stuck
He's
in
off
this.
the tee though. He's beiged out a little bit.
His skin color is.
He must for real bust fast and have a little ass dick. Because I have a little dick, but I don't bust fast, and I'm so chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have that.
And you're not cert. He probably is cert.
You think he's cert and he's mad about it? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
$41,000.
Wait, so is there people are saying Vinny has stand-up? We have to.
Fuck yes.
We have to look at a fellow.
Fuck yes. I didn't know he was a
comedian.
colleague. I didn't know he was a colleague.
You couldn't tell me how funny he is?
I didn't know. Yeah, I'll wait a second here.
It's crazy that he's just like he is incapable of being funny because he's so angry all the time.
Yeah.
A month, and she was like, no. She's like, no.
that's
I don't want to.
That's peanuts.
Of course it's peanuts, but guess what? You think it's stopping Elon? You think it's stopping anybody else?
Anyway, she's a side note. She's
Dick
asking
out of
this.
your mouth.
But I think
So
where you were
pathetic.
going was if you fall into this camp of the Hasan Piker, Cenk Uyghur, Young Turks, leftists, combined with the horseshoe right, it's a dangerous path for the.
Oh yeah, this guy's pro-Israel. I forget that they're like they dick ride Israel, so they're doing the horseshoe right.
That's so funny that now that the like non-anti-Semite right wing has to pretend that it's like they sound like fucking centrists.
Yeah,
They sound like centrist Dems.
They're annoying.
Like the fascists, they're like, hey, come on, it's these coward centrist Israel first right wingers.
No, but it's really funny because
It was
like.
crazy. I got.
Oh hell yeah! What's this from?
I don't even know.
It's pretty well produced.
Yeah, LOL Network stand-up, 1.5K views 3 months ago, but this is probably not 3 months ago. Hashtag Kevin Hart, hashtag Marines, hashtag stand up. Wait, was he a fucking U.S. Marine, dude? You disrespecting a U.S. Marine?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys now have to do this weird thing that I find very funny where they're like, we hate woke.
Right.
Except for Jewish people.
Right.
Except for Jewish people who are pro-Israel. The most maligned, the most disparaged group in America.
The funniest one is Bill Maher, who like his whole thing was like, remember he did the atheist documentary, Religulous, and then he's made his whole career talking about it like how, Muslims are animals.
Yeah.
And then he believes the like promised to them 2,000 years ago shit. It's like, by who?
Yeah.
You're the atheist.
No, and
your whole thing is being an atheist.
He also turns
It's
around and
crazy.
goes, no, it's in the Bible. Like he does.
Who
like,
fucking cares? Your whole thing is like, you're not. The Bible isn't fucking real.
Yeah, he's like, you know what promised that promised land to the Jews? The Bible, and it's like.
You were smirking about how stupid the Bible was fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah, now he likes it. All those guys are fucking frauds.
Yeah.
You know, they're fraudulent.
I really need to see the stand up though, man.
Okay,
I really got to dig in.
Let's show you Vinny's 5-minute. And
He's
40
catching up
seconds.
with.
No, next to Patrick Bet-David, everybody looks whiter in comparison because he's so Middle Eastern.
Dude, when he was yelling at you, that's the most fucking Middle Eastern guy of all time,
That's
dude.
true. But
you live in LA.
But he's from. He now lives in Florida, so I always assumed that they're like Cuban or Italian or something.
Yes.
You know, there is this like Florida Ray that basically turns you into the same guy, no matter what your ethnic background
Totally,
is.
you're vaguely brown,
Yeah,
tan.
you either become Cuban or Israeli,
Yes.
and nothing in between. That's just Florida.
I got physical, dude. I had to postpone it because of my fucking broken
You got
arm.
too
'cause I'm
physical.
too physical.
I thought
dude.
that was a freak masturbation accident.
No, dude, it's my right.
Yeah. Oh, you
But I
don't.
can still jack off.
Yeah.
I can give myself a stranger now. I've regained my range of
So
motion.
what happened with your arm?
Bro, I straight up fell off a scooter. I had a little kid's injury. I fucking fell off a scooter and broke my fucking arm.
So how did you keep losing the weight then?
No joke, for the first time ever, I got so depressed I couldn't eat.
That's the opposite.
It's never happened to me in my life. But I thought it was like a side effect of breaking your arm, and my doctor's like, no, actually, you should be eating more because your body needs to heal. But I was so sad because of how much it fucked my life up that I just couldn't, and I tried to stop smoking weed at the same time. And dude, I just had no appetite. I was like, I've actually gained back like 10 pounds from the fucking most I had lost because I got so fucking sad after I broke my arm.
That's crazy.
But we're fine. We're rebuilding the special. You know, it was going to come out in July. Now I'm recording it in July. We're going to figure out when it's going to come out. But
yeah, but you look. This is the skinniest I've seen you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've been on the fat guy medicines.
Yeah, but I thought you were literally just you were eating food.
I was.
Like,
There's moments where I did.
Because I remember, I was like, you started this thing. You started the whole show, getting fit and whatnot. And I was like, this motherfucker's getting fat.
Yeah, I mean, that's rip. Every episode. I got fatter for 3 seasons.
Yeah. And
then we dialed in the last season. I did lose weight.
Yeah, he got the fat shot, but like it makes him fat.
Yeah, I truly could eat through it. But yeah, I was sad as fuck. I was depressed, and that worked. And I can't wait for this shit to be. I also fucked my back up. I've had a weird year. And so I just fucked a bunch of my shit up. But once
it's because it's the monkey's paw, dude. It curled on you.
is.
You got
I got too much.
unprecedented. You got unearned.
The Lord is
unearned. You have no business being in Oscar-nominated movies.
Yeah. It is true. It is very funny for the first movie I'm in to get Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
But unearned. Some would say I'm a natural talent.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I transcend the internet. Some of us will be here forever, right?
Yeah.
Some of our entire careers will stay right here on this fucking screen.
And some of us will be remembered as dangerous criminals in perpetuity.
Yeah, when you're live streaming off a fucking Galaxy in fucking jail, you fucking talk to me then, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be at the Oscars while you're fucking at Leavenworth.
I'll be trying to call you up, be like, Stavros.
Yeah,
come on,
collect call from decline.
I'm gonna be calling you from the federal penitentiary. Nope.
Don't worry, dude.
Don't know this guy.
Don't worry, dude. I'll put some money on your books. You'll have all the ramen you fucking want. Your commissary is gonna be looking nice, dude.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna give you enough money for honey buns so you don't get assaulted.
Yeah.
You could trade honey buns to stave off sexual violence. Because of me, I will do that for you. But
Thank
again,
you.
I will be an anonymous donor. You won't ever know who it's coming from.
I'll know. Deep down inside, I'll know.
I'm gonna log it as Patrick Bet David.
That would make me so much happier.
I'm gonna pretend I'm Patrick Bet David giving you ramen noodles and cigarettes in jail.
Yeah. Under 300K, Hasanabi fell off. Yeah, I don't know why they're fucking botting the shit out of this. I guess they were excited that Stavros is here, so.
Damn, this guy's good.